everybody, and welcome to session 41 of Tales of Aneria. Woo! We're back again. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the finale of Tuscadia's Tower of Trials last time. You guys got a brand new tower coming? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Did you watch it?
I've watched pieces.
Okay. Did you watch the fight?
No. But I've heard.
Okay.
I've heard, well...
It was the most optimized.
So what Dallin said is like, you would have hated it because everyone was all over the place and it was chaos and nobody was doing what they're supposed to do. And I was like, no. You don't understand me. I would have loved that because you guys would have all been running around like chickens with your heads cut off and it would have let me just kill everything and it would have been awesome. But
it was a fun session, though.
We would kick you out of the littlest house, I'm afraid.
Well,
you're too competent.
You get the littlest bit.
Once you're intelligent, you're not allowed in here.
But actually then I was like, well, you know what? I was going to play like a controller wizard and my plan was to do no damage and just like control stuff. And so in that case then I would have been just like, you people, like, I'm locking these down. You can't even deal with the one guy that I leave you.
Geyser!
Yep, Geyser.
Geyser!
But yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed that. We're back again for more Tales of Aneria proper, Wayward Watch. And first of all, a couple things to shout out. Number one, we're so close to 3,000 subscribers. If you don't mind, we're 12 at this point.
Yeah.
Well, we might be there already.
At 3,
but you should subscribe anyway because I don't know why you wouldn't want to experience all the fun stuff that we do.
You should log into your family and friends accounts and subscribe for them.
If you're watching, you've probably
create some shadow profile.
So tell your friends.
Your friends. Share it on your socials.
You should catfish us with fake profiles.
And even better,
we love it.
Please don't.
And even better, engage with the community because the people in the comments, the people in the Discord, they're a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, become part of the Vanguard. Join our Discord. That we always love.
Vanguard. Do we have like a call or something?
Not yet, but
Vanguard. No, that's Wakanda.
Yeah,
we got something else.
We'll workshop it.
We'll Vanguard and then we'll hand out V cards.
We go like this.
We're
Vanguard.
It's
literally this.
You have to shave your head if you want to be in the back.
And if you have facial hair, I
just the
said
left
you
side.
have to shave half of your facial hair.
Hell no, I'm out.
I need a razor.
Because you're an OG member, you don't have to.
That's true.
New members have to do
New
that.
members.
I
like the idea of a bunch of half-bearded dwarves wandering around now.
I love it.
If you don't shave it, you gotta get stuff from our merch store. And you have to wear something from that.
Yeah, link in the description down there. We've got some good ideas in the works that we might be coming out with soon. And then finally, I just want to give a thank you to Syrinscape just for providing the sound effects and kind of the audio that you hear in the background tonight. They're great. Go check them out. We've got a link in the description for them there as well.
Except for our chewing sounds. That's copyright us.
And then...
I think WB owns that section.
Tales of Aneria ASMR.
Yeah, it's just chewing.
Side channel we're going to do.
And then finally, as a reminder... We are no longer doing, you probably noticed, we're no longer doing the full recap that we've been doing before. We just needed to cut something for time and editing purposes so that we can get these videos out to you as quickly as possible. So I will be taking care of that, or I'll be calling on somebody to take care of that at random to make sure that you're still taking notes.
Or that we have really good memories.
Or that you have really good memories.
I got fat stacks.
But it has been 2 weeks, so I will go ahead and take tonight's recap.
Thank goodness.
And the epic die that comes with it.
What?
I was ready.
Oh, man.
Oh, you were?
I was ready to.
Go ahead.
I was also.
All right, let's see.
In character.
No. A bit more concise than
it will be it will be colored by Sarah's impressions. How about that? But not in character. So we got to Rouan. Some brander-faced douchebag walked out and planted a big fat one on Eve. Gave her a big hug. And then also said that...
Let's talk about that.
and then told her that her mother died.
And then told her that her mom died.
And then you blacked out. And that was it.
Your mom's dead.
So before Eve could get angry, that was quickly quelled. Let's see. There was
Seredan.
Yeah, did I say Eve?
Yes,
you did.
Of course I did.
You're in character.
I'm in character.
It's
That's
just the way it's supposed to be.
right.
I was like, what?
I was so mad.
She was mad about that. Maybe she was. We'll
Don't
find
forget
out.
about the best part of the night.
There was a little girl who at first I was like like, does Eve have a daughter? Is this? I'm like, no, she's too young, right? Anyway,
I ready for
Ari
to
was
be a
pregnant
mother?
before she left. So
Yeah.
Masochists have reverse, like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a seahorse
it's
situation.
magic, but they don't say it's magic.
right.
This is
Anyway,
the
so, meanwhile, there was like some lady who saw us, and she was like, "There's intruders, strangers," and she went off to go tattle on us, and Ezra chased her down, and
He totally tried to abduct
Made a
failed
hostage
failed his persuasion
situation.
check
It was amazing.
miserably,
You're making this difficult.
and
He
things
puts his hand over
quickly
her mouth.
escalated, and so then the
amazing.
council and everybody showed up, and then we followed shortly thereafter, and it was like, Eve, Dad, oh.
House arrest.
And then, yes, we were all placed under house arrest.
Oh, and we found out her mother died
Because that's right, they left her out because she was a sympathizer
They left her for the crows.
with magic users.
How rude.
At that
And
point,
so
she was
Sons
dead.
of fishes.
Eve naturally very upset with her father.
Oh, fish.
We all went under house arrest, and then they were like, okay, well, we have to have a council meeting to talk about what's been going on. So Eve went with them. We were all back. Everybody else was back in the house. I used Song of the Unseen to kind of follow, just to make sure that everything was okay. Wasted 2 perfectly good spell slots for nothing. It's okay. And
Wow.
I'm saying because nothing
I don't
happened.
think Eve is nothing.
Because nothing happened. Is what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
I'm there, ready.
I heard what
Nothing
you
happened.
said.
You didn't
Eve heard
because
what you said.
you didn't even know Sarah existed for that brief period of time.
It's true.
So yeah, it turns out that children have been being abducted. Nobody knew why. There was troll blood, but Eve managed to convince them, "Hey, like, let us prove to you that magic can be used for like good purposes. Like, we can help here. We can track him down. We can find out, who abducted him, try and get him back." And everyone was like, "Fine," except for that one old mean lady.
Her name was
Professor Umbridge. I mean,
Yeah. That's
no,
what she
I wrote
is.
it down.
Frogface.
Tia.
Biatch, portly woman.
Tia.
Tia.
Ruckreaver.
Ruckreaver.
I'm gonna have to legally change her name to Biatch Portly Woman.
That's her middle name.
So everybody came back and they were like, "Okay, you are not under house arrest, but you have to help us solve this problem." So we went to the first house of the child that was abducted, kind of most recently.
Also named
Searched-
Tia.
Searched around. That's right, Tia, daughter of Tia,
but not
granddaughter.
Not
granddaughter.
daughter,
That's
Biatch.
right. Found some troll blood
You have to earn that title.
near the window, and it was like, and then we went and found the place where the kind of trail led off into the woods. Followed the trail, went down underground, fork in the road. Preston went right, found like a well of black despair.
sadness.
Whoa. Meanwhile, we went left, ran into some trolls. Naturally, since they were trolls and they were like reaching into their pocket for something, like maybe they're going to attack us, we killed them. And then later found out that they were actually
killed them?
employed
Who specifically
by
killed
mostly me. Mostly
Seredan
Sarah.
killed one, and Seredan and Eve together.
We
That's
did.
right.
We did.
For shame. We're gonna
That's
walk through
right.
town. Ding,
I still
ding,
feel guilty.
ding, ding.
Hey, you let the third one go and gave him some gold.
Yeah, which he ate.
Sorry about your friends or something.
But anyway, so then we got to where they were going, the house of the witch that was keeping all of the children, and it turns out it was Fiona.
She's not a witch.
She's
alive.
her dad's wife.
And maybe it would be faster to do this in actual like letter writing form.
I'm just getting a process about like how you type up your first draft, and then you're like, okay, I need to actually organize this better.
You guys do more than one draft?
Yeah, and so Fiona was very sweet and motherly and full of butterscotch.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got hugs and butterscotches and
Chicken noodle
She
soup.
made us feel sick.
chicken noodle soup. That's right.
Good.
It was
She told
delicious. And we were all like, "Oh, good, you're the one that's been saving these children." And she's like, "Yeah." And turns out she actually can use magic, which was something that I believe she hid from Eve all of those years. And
Do you remember who she's a servant of?
The Emerald.
oh, that's
Stag.
right, the Emerald
No,
Wild,
elk. No.
The
the
Emerald
stag with the
Enclave.
moss on its horns.
Emerald
Oh.
TOA version.
Yes, Emerald Stag.
Yeah.
And so everybody went back to the village, just in time to find that well of despair had sort of manifest itself. All of the like hatred and bad feelings and everything that everyone had been having towards magic users, and all of the like neglect and evil that they've kind of been doing, was sort of feeding this thing.
It's like a flashback to Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, and then all of these like Shadowfell creatures came up and were attacking the village. One dude was walking around with a leg, and we fought them.
I think everyone was walking around with legs.
And with a leg in his hand.
Oh, the frog.
A severed leg. Yeah. Anyway, we killed him, and that's pretty much where it ended. What was your dad's name again?
Darian.
Oh, of course.
Tom.
Darian.
Tom Darian.
Darian came out.
Tom Bombadarian.
And he was like, "Oh, you're right." And he saw, his wife, and surprising everybody, she was like, "I forgive you." And we were like, "Okay, dead last."
Like, whoa.
And
Good reference.
Yeah. And then we were all like, "Okay, let's celebrate and scene," or something like that. That's how I remember it.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's an epic die for you.
It was like, if I could give half an epic die, I would, but
I can give you a 1 through 3.
Whatever that rolls, divided by 2.
All right. So to kind of give a little bit of extra oomph to the end of that wonderful recap,
fill in the gaps. That's fine.
The party did end up getting approval, at least from the Massifist community, to stay. Eve is no longer under threat of execution.
For now.
Her and Fiona were able to cleanse that pool, so now there was like a little pool of water in the middle of town, and you washed that black mark off of your hand.
Oh, that's right.
And Tia is no longer a member of the council, so they'll have to pick a new member shortly here.
So you no longer have the black spot.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and start tonight as the members of the Massifist community are pointedly not looking at the giant airship that is currently on its way into the field. Instead, they are working on getting a feast together of sorts. They've offered you the guest house for the evening. It's going to be a little bit of a party. They're like, we haven't done that in a while. They're still a little wary of you, but they are willing to kind of put that aside so they can get to know you better. Kind of a standard community thing.
I'm just going to press to digitate the shiz out of everything.
I'm just imagining
Take it slow.
a bard named Al Weird.
You and me.
Singing,
Fireworks.
Firewall.
And you
Amish
make
Paradise.
Massifist Paradise.
Massifist
Yeah.
Paradise.
So let's do we'll just do a nice little forest thing, because you guys technically are surrounded by forest. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm assuming that everybody is going to go to this party unless you decide you want to opt out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. It probably isn't an affair that you want to wear your armor and weapons to. So, but they do offer you like some simple clothes if you don't have any, or you can wear your fancy clothes that you got from the Oasis, or some other clothing if you have it in your pack.
I'll wear my fancy clothes.
Fancy.
I'll don the fancies.
That way I don't have to put my knives away.
Okay. What about
clothes all around.
Bolt? Are you?
Bolt is actually going to show support for them. Bolt is going to take their armor off.
Ooh.
For the first time in
He's naked.
years.
Okay.
So I'll take that hour to take it off, it says.
Mhm.
And so instead of being... So the armor is very like rounded and sleek, like shoulder, nice shoulder pad and stuff.
Mhm.
Bolt is not. Bolt is very much visible
Angular.
joints. Very angular. A little bit skinnier than with the armor on.
Okay.
And they will do this in secret, just because it's kind of not a sore subject, but just kind of something like doesn't like to get caught without it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Don't want to get caught with your pants down.
pretty much,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people that in the past have tried to subjugate Bolt and make them a slave of sorts, or whether it was outright trying to cast a spell or something, or hey,
Control.
try to do this for me, for money.
Okay.
And then I'll come back out of the house.
So you're not wearing anything at all, just full on Skelly Bones bolt, per se.
I'll keep like the bag of holding on me or something. But...
Yeah.
As a loincloth.
Well, as we've discussed before, there's no butthole and there's no other things. So.
Oh, wow.
Full Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Smooth
Yeah.
as
So
an android's bottom.
So I would assume that the party is probably the first ones to see Bolt outside of his armor before any of the Massivist community do. So there you go.
Bolt, you look different.
I thought it would be prudent to take off my armor in order to show that we're not a threat.
It's very trusting of you.
I don't feel super comfortable, but for friends and family of one of my family, I'll do it.
Thank you, Bolt.
We've got you back. We won't let anybody do anything.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. What is your AC without your armor?
It'd be really low.
Notably, though, your shield, your alt shield, is still. Like,
Yeah, that one I cannot take
Yeah,
off.
it is like wrapped down your arm in kind of a silver wave.
But currently it's not equipped,
Yeah.
equipped, so it'd be 2 less AC for that.
Yeah.
14. Down from 22. Actually, 12, sorry. 12, down from 22.
Standard wizard. All right. What about Eve? What is Eve wearing?
Eve will wear one of her old dresses from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fiona helps you with any adjustments. You've probably grown a couple inches taller since then, because you were 18 when you left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 2 years. I mean, you don't really grow too much, but
Probably in certain areas.
Maybe she had a
certain
late
areas are, yeah.
growth
Got
spurt.
buff. You know, all that
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
Gotta let out
Bigger
the
shoulders.
arms and shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, Fiona's
All
definitely
of
like,
your-
don't flex
all
while
of
you're
your-
wearing this dress.
All of your long dresses are now flood
They're like-
pant style.
Yeah, they're T-length. Yeah.
Pants. Scott doesn't know dress lengths.
Blood
You know,
pants.
it's been so many years since I've wore a dress, I have no idea.
And Seredan, are you wearing full? Are you going in armor, or are you like what is?
No, I think she'd put on her finery from the Ruby Oasis.
Okay.
Looking like a Grecian goddess.
Getting her hair all done up, makeup and everything.
I imagine it's like a giant victory roll. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, well, look it up.
Okay.
It's like,
So I'm gonna
think
look
of
it up.
like Rosie the
60s.
Riveter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you take the hair and then you roll
give
it.
me-
And then
Absolutely.
Give me a quick performance check, would you, Seredan? Yeah.
With my new dice. Oh, wasn't that great? Virgin roll. Performance. 12.
12. So you're kind of fussing with your hair a little bit. It's not settling quite the way you want it to, because obviously half of it is still fairly short, right? And there's a small little knock at the door, and you look over, and Fiona's kind of standing in the doorway. She goes, "Do you need some help?"
Yes, actually. Thank you, Fifi. I'd love some.
Of course. And she
Do you
kind
mind, is it okay if I call you Fifi, by the way?
Of course it is, of course.
Because I don't know that I could think of you any other way in my head for some reason.
I've read your letters, by the way.
Oh.
They were delightful.
And truly,
Delightful, and there's some stuff that I think you need to perhaps speak with your daughter, or my daughter, about your daughter.
You have a daughter now? What the?
That was in the letters
like
that
a
none of us
modern
knew
her
about.
name is Eve as well.
Yeah.
So many
And she
Eves!
comes over and she pulls out a comb and she starts like combing through your hair and getting it all straightened. And you feel, as she combs through the left side of your hair, you feel it elongate and grow longer. And she says, "I hope you don't mind. It looks like you were struggling with this side a little bit more."
I always get it to about an inch or an inch and a half, and I can't stand it any longer, and I shave it off.
Let's see how we do when it's full. And she will use some druidic magic and lengthen your hair on the left side, so you no longer have the side shave if you don't want to.
Okay, I'll keep it for now. She'll have to think about it, but she kind of, I think she would sort of do a double take a little bit and maybe feel a little bit like guilt, like, you know, I'm not betraying isn't the right word, but you know what I mean, like breaking
Tradition.
yeah, tradition, like, you know, members of the Vanguard, this is kind of
Possible
what they do,
brainwashing.
and yet, like, she actually hasn't been in the Vanguard for, you know, it's been months now, and she's kind of had this, am I Fallow Shield, am I Stone Ward thing going on, and she's like, looks nice. She'll keep it.
Now, regarding those letters,
Right.
have you spoken to Eve?
I mean, we speak all the time every day. I don't know what to talk about.
Right, that's sort of what I thought. Seredan, everything that I see about you, I see a bright young woman who knows exactly what she wants and chooses that path and doesn't stray from it at all. And yet I see a lot of hesitation when it comes to certain areas of your life that you really shouldn't have hesitation for. It's not common for masochists, but it's not unwelcome. And I would be happy if Eve got to spend more time with someone who is as dedicated as you are.
But what about this what's his name? I can't remember his name. The boy. Ari. How could I forget Ari? It's like the one name that I should remember.
The situation with Ari does complicate things. But that is not something that you need to speak to me about.
Could you just give me a little insight? Was it her old boyfriend? What's going on here?
Does she say
situation.
to him, roll an insight check?
Roll an insight check. The matchmaker around here arranges all of the marriages. It's sort of a way to keep our communities from falling into a rut of sorts, if you want to prefer it that way.
And they were promised to each other?
Yes, before she left. After she left, the matchmaker tried to change her plans around, but Ari was more focused on little Eve, excuse me.
Right.
So there wasn't really much progress in that department. Much to the chagrin of a few other girls around town, that is for sure.
The local Gusto.
No one.
I see.
We had to kick him out. He was eating all of our eggs.
Yeah. There's no eggs for like 10 miles.
Our poor hens were super skinny and malnourished.
You know what, Fiona? You're right. I have been a bit of a coward, I suppose. I don't know. I've never been particularly good at this sort of thing. And I don't want to screw things up, you know? Even I've become very close over the last few months, and I don't want to make it any more. I don't know. We have a lot to do together. We have to save the world together, and I don't want there to be any sort of awkwardness, right? If things don't go the way that I would want them to. But I can't really go on this way either, I suppose. Maybe I ought to talk to her.
Maybe you should. That sounds like you've got a few decisions to make. I will leave you to it. I've got some more prep for the party.
All right, thank you for the hair, by the way.
You're welcome. You look lovely.
Thank you.
And she will leave.
She'll give her a hug before she goes.
Oh, of course, yeah. She'll absolutely reciprocate. And when she breaks the hug, you look down at your hand. You've got another butterscotch in your hand.
She'll just unwrap it.
She's slipping them in your pockets.
Yep.
There's one tied in a braid of your hair. And you didn't realize it.
She's got a +20 to sleight of hand, but only for butterscotch.
So now you've turned into, what's her name? Ralph. Vanellope.
Yeah.
Born sweets.
Make a butterscotch check.
So when you come out of the guest house, being the last probably to get ready here, the party is in full swing. There's some folksy music going on, which I don't have prepared, so we'll just throw some folksy music on right now. Thank you, Cory.
Heidle-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Heidi, 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 Heidi.
And
No.
and there's some people already dancing. There's some.
I'll do that fiddle-dee.
Is that a river? A random river?
Sir, I'm looking
Kids,
for you.
kids are playing in. What the heck is going on?
breaking.
What are you doing?
It
What
stopped.
is happening here?
Elk bugle calls.
Sarah! I'm legit looking for you.
Okay. Yeah, she'll walk out into the hubbub and...
Oh, your hair
That's what they call the center of town, the hub of.
looks lovely.
Thank you.
I
I don't know
need
if I
your
trust you, but
advice.
thank you.
It looks great. Trust me, I had a unicorn horn.
Right,
I
and
would
you
not.
were quite glamorous.
I need your advice. I ran into that awful woman, and I don't know how to go about the rest of this party. It's so awkward. Maybe you can help.
Is she making a pass at you, or
No, I can't look at her. It's very
without getting violent, or without having
No,
strong
no.
emotional...
Without. Oh, this isn't working. Victor!
Yeah, I let him go. I'm like,
Whatever.
You tried, yeah.
it wasn't making any sense.
I will say that the children are kind of playing in the pond, but they are actually, a lot of them are playing around Hug, who seems to be enjoying the attention. He's basically got like one of the tiny kids on each finger, and he's like lifting them up almost like they're puppets and moving them around, and they're just like squealing with delight. He'll actually like wave them over the water, and they'll like kick their feet trying to not get wet and everything like that. And Kes is off to kind of one corner, shoveling some vegetables into a pack and just kind of like looking around like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. And I think Tyrion has cornered Bolt and is both like admiring the quality of craftsmanship on your skinny body, and he's showing you a blunderbuss, basically how they make them, that sort of thing. And you guys are probably thick as thieves in that, right? Yeah, is there anything else that people do? Like, is there something that specifically that you want to do to kind of show off for this massive community, or just kind of participate?
I think Sarah's probably trying to find some liquid courage.
Okay. They don't have any meat stead here. There is their own little brand of like hooch that they make.
I
Why?
just got away from you.
Why hooch?
Well, I don't know what else massivist communities make. They wouldn't make
Meat.
wine, meat. Yeah,
Just
like a
regular
meat.
meat.
Like a meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be.
Are you following me, Sarah?
Are you at the bar?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just need a drink. Easy, but maybe you could try again. What is it about this woman
Don't.
that
It doesn't matter. Just have
It's
some
fine, we're
drink.
figuring
you're
it out.
attracted to her?
No, I feel so terrible about
Listen.
kidnapping her, and she's old and frail. It
Now
was,
listen, if
it
you
was bad. On
So
my
you're
part.
feeling guilt.
if you need someone to set you up on a date or something,
Victor,
I'm
be
good at
quiet.
this.
I can shoot you in the dark from 200 yards away, so I would
Well,
if I were you.
have you tried, I don't know, apologizing?
It's not in my nature.
Right,
Would you
but
like
that
me
doesn't
to-
mean it can't and shouldn't be done.
Anyways, here's some mead. You look like you need it more than I do.
It's
Are you
actually,
sick?
I do.
You're
No,
quite pale.
I'd like to stealth away and find the lady he's talking about.
Sure.
Damn it!
And I'm going to be talking with her, like, just small talk conversation, but I'm going to be looking over at him to make him nervous.
Okay. Yeah, she's very much like, as soon as you start talking to her, she's very much like wrapped her shawl a little bit tighter around her, and she's leaned back and just kind of like nervously
can sense
answering your
my-
questions.
My
Sitting
dear
on the
wonderful
prowl.
woman, I am sorry if I make you uncomfortable.
You're just you're one of the newcomers, the magic users.
No, I don't use magic per se. I have a bond with these blades. It's spiritual.
he teleports all over the battlefield. Sherry's like halfway into a cup.
I wanted to apologize for our first encounter. I know it put you on edge.
Having you here at all puts us on edge.
Well, that's fair, but just know that if anything, we are here to protect you and to help you, that rather than to antagonize or anything else. And should you meet my friend again, he's probably pretty sorry. He might not say sorry, but he's pretty sorry.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. This is a
19.
this is one of the old souls
and
in the
a
village.
2 with this disadvantage. Can I negate the disadvantage with my inspiration?
If you would like to.
Okay, that was a 19 then.
Wow.
If he apologizes to me, I suppose I would accept it.
Well, it might not come as like an "I'm sorry" per se, but you'll hear it in his words. It will be in his feelings.
All right then. Good evening to you.
Good day.
Knife salesman.
Yes. Exactly. I'm a fellow massivist.
Big wink.
Yeah.
Nice.
As you're kind of like getting your courage at the table there, Seredan, Ari actually comes over and goes, "Oh, excuse me, I'm just grabbing a couple drinks here." And he'll actually grab 2 drinks and he'll head on over to the seat where Eve is kind of talking with probably your family. Or
I
one
will
of them.
grab both of your shoulders to make sure you don't do anything. Kind of give you like a nice like.
Yeah,
I can tell the
she's
tension.
tense. She'll be like,
At this point, I'll be
You got this.
reapproaching.
You've got this. I will get out of your way.
Listen,
I'll give you a light push.
well, I don't want to interrupt them. They have things to catch up on.
You have every right.
Do I?
I think so.
I don't
Vicky?
know that there's any
Guys,
sort of
well, I-
entitlement here.
I just wanted
Jaja.
you to know that I spoke with the lady and...
We've moved past that. We are talking about.
Okay.
Sorry.
You want me to go talk to Sarah and them? I could
I'm
go stab
sorry.
him in the back of the neck or something, you know? But the,
No.
I
feel like
make him
no.
disappear.
We're probably making this much worse.
Yes, you are. But I appreciate the concern.
We just want to help.
And you all glance over and you see that Ari has pulled Eve up and they are dancing to the next song, just kind of in a folksy dance.
Listen, I think I have an idea. And is it like one of those ones where they're doing square, like everybody has partners and they're changing partners, or?
Sort of, yeah. It's sort of like that kind of folksy dance.
I'm gonna go leave this conversation and interject myself into one of the women's part, or like one of the women's positions in the dance, and like force my way in between the other guy.
Okay.
May I cut in?
Now you're doing some real knife dancing.
Wow.
Let's do. You know what? No, you know what? I like it enough. We're not even gonna worry about a check for it. Yeah. So you're dancing with Ari. It's almost like old times, and all of a sudden, there's a tap on your shoulder, and Victor is there asking to
May I
come in.
have this dance? Sorry, not with you, Eve.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, with him.
I guess.
You'll have to find someone else to dance with.
Okay.
Sorry.
Watch
Yeah.
out for the knives.
Like
The what?
seeing that,
As you walk away.
seeing that, Sari will actually giggle to herself quite a bit, and she'll. I think that'll kind of snap her out of her whatever self-pity
And you do
reverie
see her-
that she's feeling.
If you do hear Ari say, "Don't go far," as he like is dragged off by Victor for the song.
And
Let me tell you about knife dance.
and Sari will step in and approach Eve and say, "Would you care to dance?"
I'd love to.
Okay. And she'll just dance.
So a couple songs pass by. You two are really like getting in the thick of it. Bolt, Tyrion will let you go at any point that you tell him just to stop.
I think I would be uncomfortable enough outside my armor that I'd be okay just kind of staying off the side and talking shop, so to speak.
Okay. Kind of keeps you in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Bod, do you know any jigs?
I can. Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead. Let's do another jig right here, Cory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dance.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's sampled on loop.
Yeah. Tyrion will get up and dance. And we'll be like, we'll continue this in a moment. You know.
I will dance as well.
We're
What
all
was that?
dancing.
What was that roll for?
A performance check?
Performance check.
And how'd it go?
16.
Okay. Yeah.
Very good.
Victor is dancing. Is he knife dancing? Is the question.
Out of respect for the people and their beliefs, no.
Okay. Perfect. What about Ezra? Is Ezra?
5. I've had a few too many.
Okay, yeah. Ezra kind of stumbles around, walks through the pool of water a little bit. I think
Stumbles
Linda's
into an
looking
old
for-
lady.
Bolt, you're
Into her
leaking
arms.
something from somewhere. Oh, I'm in the pool room.
Bolts across the.
While,
It's like not even by me.
Not even close to you.
Where did he? I was just talking to him.
while they're
Hug
dancing,
picks you up and pulls you out of the pool.
while we're all dancing and he's stumbling around, I'm gonna go behind what's her name, the old lady. I'm gonna bump her from behind towards him to get the two of them to talk.
Yeah, she will. Like, she's not
Oh, pardon
that
me.
strong, and she'll like kind of flail her arms and end up slamming into Ezra, and then
In
she'll.
your arms and dead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
This is love.
You said sorry.
Good day.
And then she walks the other way.
You two were made for each
Mission
other.
successful.
Okay.
You said sorry.
So the night wears on. It's a wonderful night. It's magical, and not that magical. Careful.
Super magic.
Yeah. Careful around the
Massive Fist
Fist.
magical.
Yeah, Massive Fist magical.
Right near the end,
Did you say we were?
I get Sarah and Ezra to come help me with something, and we're gonna go behind the House of Peace, and I'm gonna start casting firebolts in the air, and I'm gonna have you guys press the digitation them into fireworks,
Okay. Yeah.
into different colors and whatever.
Awesome.
The first few that go up definitely cause a little bit of like screeching and panic, mostly from the older generation.
Don't worry, it's regular fireworks. I am a traveling knife and fireworks salesman.
Knife expert, fireworks expert.
But then it kind of devolves into the standard. Ooh, the kids absolutely love it. The teenagers are indifferent about it, whatever.
But still looking like
yeah,
out of sight
so
of their
it
eye.
watching the reflection off the water.
Yeah. A couple of the kids like start like clapping their hands, and sparks are flying from their own hands because there are some magical kids in here. And Fiona like kind of goes over to them and like just, take it easy, guys. Like we don't want to cause any untoward damage.
Baby
or
steps.
anything.
Baby steps.
Yep, that's
No
sort of thing.
fireball centered on yourself.
Little Eve looks absolutely enamored with the fireworks. And after you guys finish, like you come back around the corner, and she runs up and she goes, "That was amazing.
I'm glad you thought so. Thank you.
Teach me."
Bolt, give her one of
Okay.
give her one of your little your little toys that you can make.
Here is a ball of barbed wire.
Careful.
Press this button and
Good
then
luck with
throw it.
Don't
I am
hold
Groot.
it in your hand.
I am Groot. I am Groot. No, not that.
Yeah, so
If they have black powder, you could show her how to make fireworks.
I will actually go to. I will go. If you will join me, I've got something for you.
And she definitely like.
Then
grasp on one of your
I'll
fingers.
just hold on to her tiny little hand and walk over to what's his name, the blacksmith guy,
Tyrion?
Tyrion, and ask him, "Do you by chance have a ball of metal about that size?
Yeah, I mean, I got balls metal for every size, I suppose.
I need one."
Okay, and he runs over to the blacksmith. You hear some rummaging. You see a couple other different sized balls of metal kind of scatter about as he spills it. You hear him cuss under his breath a little bit. And then
Hug
come
walks
back.
by. "Oh!"
And then he comes back and he hands it to you, not realizing that Kes is behind him, picking up the other ones really quickly and then scurrying off.
Kes just helping.
Yep.
Then I'll crouch down and I will, Eve, have a seat.
And she sits right down.
So I'll just put it in my hand and just start channeling just some small tendrils of magic into it. And it kind of glows for a sec, and then goes back to being a metal sphere. And I'm going to hand it to her.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell her that all she has to do is... It doesn't really say how to activate. This is the magical tinkering stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm going to tell her, all you have to do is activate to say, "I love fireworks," and then toss it in the air.
Okay. All right. And she takes it and she sits there a moment. She goes, "I love fireworks." And then she tosses it up as high as she can.
And so when it hits its apex, it does a firework
Does a little blast.
display, and then it comes back down.
She catches it. She's like,
You just given a toddler fire.
It's just a visual thing. It doesn't actually do fireworks.
Okay.
We're
It's just
gonna
a visual
come
thing.
back,
It's light.
and the whole town's gonna be burnt to the ground.
and she's gonna walk off after saying thank you, and every few seconds you just see the fireworks going off again, and she continually. And Tyrion's like, I've never seen her pay that much attention to anything. So
You have successfully given the noisy toy to the kid that the parents hate.
You can't take the batteries out of that
Can't
one.
take it out.
I think
Toys
doesn't
I hate
it like
Yep.
include Play-Doh,
Yes.
anything with annoying sounds,
Slime.
Ones that you get with
Yeah,
that knob
slime.
switch.
Slime with
Kinetic
glitter,
sand.
especially.
stuff that like gets on things.
That's why you take everything with a speaker and you go in and wire a resistor in line, and it cuts the volume way down.
Or you just, have some doors.
take out the batteries. That's what I do.
Shut the doors. You go in there and play with that toy.
There you go. Enjoy your closet.
It does technically go away after.
like an hour or something like that, isn't it?
No, it's
Till you
till I
create
created
Make
another
another
one and
So
roll
for
it
the
off.
rest of Bolt's career, he's gonna be like, I need to. Oh, but then it would destroy the fireworks.
Because right now I've got
Oh, nice.
right 3. I've got a random rock somewhere still glowing.
That was for the Harvey Queen.
Well, that's the second one.
Oh, that's the second one.
Yeah, the first one was just some random rock that I used
Oh, yeah.
for light. So it's probably just in a cave somewhere. Just like, just drop it. Then I got the Harpy Queen. She's got the glowing like
It's a
coin.
Yeah, it's like
silver
a coin.
coin.
Oh yeah, that's right. The coin that
And
Victor
that
gave
is-
her, and
so-
yeah.
So
And
now
then
it's gonna be one of those ones where like they're getting assaulted, and it's gonna be like that last moment where Frodo like holds up the light, and you have disenchanted it, and she's like, "Oh no, it doesn't work."
And then Shelob gets him.
Exactly.
Okay, and that
Magic isn't real.
that is the party. Everybody kind of packs out. It's kind of a communal like cleaning up afterwards. Everybody puts their chairs away and puts it in that big roller thing, and then you close the doors underneath the gym. And then
you mean the creepy holes?
Yeah, the creepy holes.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then, you guys can go ahead and get a long rest. Nothing else happens that evening. You can all refresh. Yeah, you can fly back finally. And the next morning, you guys wake up to the sound of the knock on the door.
What does it sound?
Oh,
knock.
I'll go
Or
open it
what?
since I was probably
Knock,
keeping
knock,
watch.
knock.
Is that a secret knock we know?
No.
I will have put my armor back on,
Mhm.
and then I was keeping watch, so I'll answer the door.
And Fiona's standing there, and she's got kind of like a basket full of like fresh baked rolls and everything.
Oh,
Butterscotch.
come on in.
Thank you.
Here,
Thank
let
you
me,
very much,
Let me
Bolt.
take that from you.
Thank you.
Are we just in that house? That
Yeah,
cottage
you guys
or
are just,
whatever, while
like,
we were under house arrest.
Picked a spot in the house. There's like a
Okay.
loft and maybe like one side room. So however you guys wish to sleep that evening.
Oh,
It's up to you.
we get the side room.
Oh, grody.
You can sleep on Darien.
Says the one night stand.
The bounder, not my
light.
father.
It's so
I forgot Darren was
bright.
probably with you
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah. Good morning, Ezra.
No, thank you.
He's not a morning person.
He's hungover, is what he is.
Yes. He's good at when it's
And she
coffee.
leans forward and offers you a butterscotch.
Sarah is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and making breakfast for everyone.
What the hell is going to her?
And you're wearing Eve's half plate only. And you're doing a little dance.
How early in the morning is it?
It's probably just after dawn.
Okay.
I don't much care for this, Sarah. She's too happy.
She's like, I'm walking on sunshine. Gotta feel good.
And Fiona actually does come over and she'll look over and she goes, "Smells good."
Lunaberry bread pudding. It was my mother's special recipe.
Oh,
I mean, you're cooking all the.
I might have to steal that from you.
Right? I could give it to you.
You're cooking all of the fun stuff out of it.
Well, it's breakfast.
Not hallucinogens.
All right.
Did everybody sleep well?
Yes. It's fine.
Are you there at this point, or are you
Normal
still?
sleep.
Eve comes out of the
Okay.
side room.
With Sarah's
How are you?
shield.
Only,
Only.
shield.
I don't have a shield.
Mother.
How are you a fallow shield without a shield?
It's fallow.
Oh, Craggy got turned into one.
No, she's fully clothed. Okay,
Okay.
to be clear. Mother,
How are you doing?
I'm the best I've ever been.
Really? And her eyes quickly flick over to Seredan and then back to you. She goes, "That's wonderful to hear. I actually came by to ask you something this morning.
Okay.
I would like to invite.
Am I in trouble?
No.
Just kidding.
Although there is somebody who would like to meet you.
Okay.
If you would all like to come along, you can, but there's something important that Eve needs to do before she leaves.
Not a problem. Do we still need to hide our
Magic.
No.
Okay.
Magic.
I think they can all spell.
Just spell it not in common.
Yeah. I'd love to come, if that's all right.
She actually hands you a parcel and she says, you'll probably want to wear something different than your armor for this. But you should bring your armor with you for afterwards.
Okay.
That sounds ominous. Don't wear your armor for the ceremony, but you'll need it afterwards.
Well, if you decide to leave right afterwards, you can change there.
Okay.
But
Can Darian come with us too?
of course, absolutely. And she walks over and she kneels down. And she's like, it's really weird to say this, but hello, Darian. And scratches underneath
You're
her chin.
less scruffy than
And
my husband.
like as soon as she starts scratching, Darian's back leg starts thump, 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 thump. Yeah.
Listen, Fiona, you should give him sugar. He likes sugar.
He does not.
Is that true? And she listens for a moment as he kind of like twitches his nose and she goes, well, maybe we'll have to get you some later.
Here's a butterscotch.
She's going to be slipping butterscotch
Yeah,
into his
she's like-
pouch.
Yep.
Into his
Do
rabbit.
not.
Ouch, I forgot about it.
He's like, he comes out and like, you're looking awfully like portly today.
Yeah.
It's like all lumps, like a bunch of lumps in it.
Trips and falls and just candy everywhere.
Great.
He's like a beanbag, but filled with butterscotch.
Smells delicious.
A
though.
butterscotch beanbag actually sounds really fun. All right, so after a good breakfast, Fiona does sit around for that. You can go ahead and put on the outfit that you were provided.
Okay, what does it look like?
It is sort of like a floral dress. It's not entirely formal, but it's very much like this was made for something formal, right? Just one of those like spring dresses that Masochist would wear for something like not a funeral, a wedding, but not your wedding,
Summer.
that sort of thing. And she's like, we had the girls make that last night when they found out about this. So Winnie was able to do most of the threading there.
Do you have one for all of us?
No, although if you wish to wear whatever you want, that's fine. This is you're just invited along for the ride, as it were.
All right.
Is it like a formal ceremony of sorts?
Is
Of
it
sorts.
a ceremony?
Not quite.
That's when Sarah got baptized.
Mhm.
And
It's an
Something.
evil-mony. Doesn't work.
it doesn't.
No, I mean it is a ceremony of sorts. So if you want to wear something nice, you can.
I'm gonna put on my like regal uniform.
All right.
Why
Over
not?
the armor this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have these. It's probably not washed from last night, but I'll wear it anyway.
It actually fits quite loose
Oh yeah,
because I had it tailored when I had the large armor, so now it looks like I'm wearing my dad's suit.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I'll
It's kind of
care.
endearing.
Just don't show up to court like that.
Nope.
You'll be fine.
Okay. And then Fiona just waits for you guys until you're ready to go.
Let's go.
So you are led through. Once again, you're actually led out of Rouan and into the underbrush, and through the large, overbearing trees of Bleakwood Forest. Goldie actually flies ahead, stopping frequently to make sure you are following. But even when she's out of sight, Fiona confidently follows, a spring in her step. She touches every tree like it's an old friend. As you walk deeper and deeper, you begin to notice something strange. Animals of all kinds gather at the edges of the path, regarding you with curiosity. Deer, raccoons, wolves, bears, badgers, and all other manner of birds and beasts are gathering, for once not tied to the instincts of nature, to hunt or to be hunted. Eventually, the trees part to open into a small clearing, the sounds of the forest fading slightly in this serene glade. A small pool of crystal clear water is fed from a small ledge above it, gentle water rolling down the rocks to filter into the pool without too much disturbance. And a small stream exits the other side, flowing back into the woods. What really catches your notice is 3 figures waiting at the precipice of the ledge. The woman on the left lounges on a rock, kind of on her side. Her body is slim, her hair is waves of auburn, and she is draped in a night black cloak. A simple band wraps around her head, embedded with chunks of raw obsidian stone. Her brown eyes seem to size each of you up as you enter into her view. The woman on the right stands straight as she regards you all, her turquoise eyes watching you with cold calculation rather than assessment. A subtle brown cloak covers her figures, though there are lovely patterns of black and yellow along its surface. Her skin is fair, and her blonde hair nearly matches in color and falls in straight lines down to her waist, and a simple band embedded with turquoise rocks rests on her head. And then the woman in the middle is the tallest of the three, though not by much. She is also the most regal. She has tawny skin and wears a long cloak made entirely out of white feathers speckled with browns and grays. Her black hair falls in uniform curls down her back and is topped with a crown of feathers perfectly matching the cloak. The center of this crown has a single piece of honey amber that looks like a well-preserved artifact from a bygone era. Her round eyes, the color of embers glowing at night, regard you with cool detachment. And she turns to Eve and says, "Welcome to you, Evoja Ferricule, and welcome to your companions as well. Be at ease, for no harm shall come to you while you are within this glade."
Eve will bow, fall to her knees and say, "My ladies."
And they all nod. And the lounging woman speaks up and she says, "For those of you who are unaware, we are the Claw," and she waves her draped form, the Talon, to which the middle figure inclines her head, and the Fang. The woman on the right merely cocks her head to the side slightly in acknowledgement. And you may all call us collectively the Trio. It is an honor to meet you.
Thanks. Sari will go down on one knee as well.
Victor as well.
Mm-hmm. And Fiona has followed suit as well, obviously, as soon as she entered the glade. And they say, let's see here. Yeah. And then the Fang steps forward and continues for the three. "We represent the nature spirits of the spring, winter, and fall courts. Collectively having taken up the cause to represent all creatures of nature in the absence of many of our brothers and sisters. Ones who were lost and whose subjects could no longer find voice or care in this world, we have taken in. And we await the arrival of one more, the representative of the summer court. Once they arrive, we can begin."
I was going to ask.
So they kind of just stand there afterwards. They basically just say, "We have to wait until our fourth member arrives."
Who represents
There was
each
no
court?
So the ones the winter court is represented by the Fang. The spring court is represented by the Owl, or the Talon, sorry. And then the fall court is represented by the Claw.
Cool.
Yeah. And from what you guys have gathered, this is probably because not all of the nature spirit demigods survived what happened to Aneria or were able to make it here. So you kind of have to share the load with other nature spirits, as it were. And you do see, as you kind of look around the glade, you do see a couple other animals that peek in a little bit but then just scurry off. But none of them appear to be these kind of regal forms that you would associate with the nature spirits.
Do we recognize
themselves.
any of them from when we were at the Frogman?
No, there wouldn't be any representatives of the winter court here. They typically stay there.
None of those regal spirits.
Yeah, none of those regal spirits.
Got it.
There is one bear that kind of looks in that you might recognize as the one that you helped out, but it's not a regal spirit. It's more just a bear that has an invested interest in Eve, his savior.
Would Sarah know anything about who a representative of the summer court might be?
There might be a few different ones. There's a few different representatives there. I won't spoil it because we're going to find out in just a few moments.
I was going to say, is it the one we met? I remember when we were in the Emerald Wild.
So the Emerald Wilds is the
Fall,
spring.
or spring.
Yeah, the spring
She
court.
of many tingles.
Yeah, she of many tingles.
That's
and-
the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. But that wouldn't be one of the animal spirits that would be represented here. So you wait and wait and wait. The Talon and the Fang simply stare ahead or speak softly to one another. The Claw, however, spends the time splitting her attention by gazing at Victor and Ezra, staring at each of you with a predatory gleam in her eye.
The Claw does that?
Yes.
Is that the blonde one? On
No,
the right?
that is the
She was
uh,
the one
the
lounging.
lounging.
with the onyx.
She's a cougar. Figuratively and literally.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
At one point, Bolt would ask, excuse me, the trio. Is this...
Yeah,
well, I mean, Bolt even goes,
yeah.
is this your normal forms, or just a form that you've picked for our purposes? Or for our...
This is our humanoid form. This is the Talon that probably speaks. The the concept of a true form isn't one that nature spirits have necessarily. We tend to shift between our different representations. But when we interact with humans that are outside of our, humanoids, there's more than humans here, that are outside of our relationship, as it were, we tend to take on these humanoid forms in order to speak with them.
Oh, but thank you for that explanation. I assume it's more complicated than that, but
Yes.
that's satisfactory. And I'll just go back to
While
Tinkering.
we're being
just standing in the corner, I guess.
while
Standing
we're being
around.
stared at, I'm gonna lean over to Ezra just quietly, like while making eye contact with
Mhm.
Colby, be like,
I'm not sure if she likes us or not, or if she has something to say, but you seem to be better with women. You should probably talk to her.
You're right. Madam Claw,
Yes.
why do you look at me, Victor, this way?
Mostly I just wanted to see how you would react. However, I can tell that you're both mighty hunters. So I would like to make you an offer. A contest of sorts between the two of you.
"Oh, I'm totally
I've
going
won.
to win."
I've already won.
100%.
This land is rife with unique creatures, many of whom consider themselves the top of the food chain. The contest is simple. You'll each have a year and a day from this point to hunt the most interesting creature that you can. Once the time is up, I will appear to judge your best kill and award the winner with a token of my favor.
One of you is going to run back to the expanse and grab the Frauth and...
I still suggest that you make it your kill.
There's the bag of holding.
Like, if someone else kills it for you, it's not really a challenge, is it?
All right.
I mean, that's pretty
1
easy.
year and 1 day. That seems oddly specific, and I feel like I've heard that from somewhere. Eve.
Yes, Hagor,
Had a month and a day, right?
month and a day.
It's sort of a catch-all term for gods. It's kind of standard practice to add the extra day on there.
It started as an in-joke. And then,
Sort of.
right?
Well, it shouldn't be any problem. Usually by the time I'm about to kill something, he's unconscious and, bleeding into fountains and things.
That's rich coming from the bloody fountain himself.
I mean,
Oh, I am going to enjoy
That is
this.
true. Both of you do fountain a lot of blood when you get damaged.
That's fair.
I have more blood, though. It's more red. And
I mean, I'm taller, so I probably have more blood overall, but...
Well, I'm a little bit
Or these
bigger, so...
Yeah, well, I bleed harder than you.
Wow.
Men, right?
Can't get it.
All that testosterone.
Exhausting.
So after what seems like far too long for a god to be delayed, the three women shift their attention to the opposite end of the glaive. Glade. Sorry, I'm thinking about Seredan's glaive. Just love it. At first, you think you see a gleam of emerald-colored fur belonging to a massive creature passing through the trees. But as the form passes by the largest of the trunks, a man steps out instead. Lean and muscular, and a head taller than even Bolt, he appears to be elven in nature. Or he would, if not for the straight green flowing hair that drapes down to his shoulders, and the frankly gigantic set of antlers sprouting from his forehead. They look far too heavy for his slender neck, but he seems not to notice their weight in the slightest. He wears a green tunic embroidered with silver threads that is open to form a deep V down to his waist, and his legs are covered by a thick fur kilt. He regards you all with a smile and a kind set of eyes. And as soon as Fiona sees him, she moves forward a few steps before dropping to her knees respectfully and bowing her head before murmuring, "Great One, please forgive me for abandoning you." He steps forward and offers her his hand and brings Fiona to her feet, leaning down to place his forehead against hers and murmuring softly to her. Whatever he says seems to calm her, and she relaxes slightly, smiling and wiping away some happy tears as she turns around and says, "Wayward Watch, may I introduce the Great Emerald Stag, Lord of Animals, and Seneschal to Queen Vidania of Terria Moon."
That's enough.
Sarah, you actually know this person,
I
don't you?
do.
You don't remember too much because you were still very young when you left.
Well, I mean, Sari was young for an elf, but she was in, I think I was just looking through my backstory that I wrote. It's been a minute, but I want to say she was like in her 20s or 30s when she actually left the court.
Yeah.
She kind of grew up there in Taria Moon until her mother died, and then it was a couple of years, I think, after that Queen Vidania said, "Okay, it's time to like go live with your father."
Yeah.
And kind of, I don't know, kicked me out might be too strong a phrase, but she was the queen, and you know, she's like, no,
strongly
you need to go.
encouraged you to leave.
Yeah. And you know there are a few like very specific nature spirits that you've probably interacted with, the Pack Mother, the Queen of Ravens herself, not the Raven Queen, which is a different goddess altogether, and then the Emerald Stag, which he was the presiding lord over basically all of the animal portion of the court, because you had the animal portion, you had the Fae portion, then you had the Elven portion, right? And then actually you technically had a fourth member because you had druidic circles that acted in their own capacity.
So would I have like seen or met him before?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, you probably have some embarrassing stories where you ran into him
as a child. Yes, she was very rambunctious, surprising nobody. Yeah, she will. You know what? It's Sari. So yeah, she would probably like let out a little yelp and like run up to him and be like, "My lord, do you remember me, Seredan? I was goddaughter of Queen Vidania. She sort of kicked me out a couple of decades ago to go live with my dad."
Well, I remember a little girl chasing a butterfly into a meeting and devolving it into nothing but laughter. We had to end early that day. It's good to see you again, Sarah.
Is that how we're supposed to greet
Don't be
gods?
sorry.
I don't know.
It was quite enjoyable.
I have
How are
limited
things back home?
interaction with them.
Things are progressing. We've recently reopened communication with the Winter Court because someone decided to extend the olive branch.
Excellent. That you have Ezra to thank largely for that.
Thank you, Ezra.
She is first piece, so I'm only second piece, I guess.
The Talon clears her throat after you've been discussing things. Like
Okay.
you just start like rambling at the stag
yeah.
about
She's
everything
just,
that
like,
you've been through.
talking about whatever, and just like
He summons a bunch of butterflies to distract you.
squirrel.
Bolt cowers in the corner.
Yeah.
Not again. Not again.
Not again.
And eventually the Talon clears her throat and interrupts you and says, "Thank you for coming all this way, great stag. We appreciate your promptness." And he moves away from the group, holding Fiona's hand and pulling her gently along until he reaches the end of the pond and bows. "I am as enchanted as ever, my beautiful ladies. Please forgive my late arrival. I could not be pulled from court sooner." "I'm sure," the Fang says, narrowing her eyes at the stag. And the Claw merely smirks and wiggles her fingers before saying, "Hey, Prey." And he goes, "Huntress." A mischievous twinkle kind of comes to his eye. And he goes, "When was the last time I led you on a grand chase?" She perks up and is about ready to reply when the Talon gives a sweep of her hand to cut her sister off. "We can discuss personal matters later. We do have a reason for dragging mortals into our woods, do we not?"
Do you think they're knife dancing?
Absolutely.
Wait, knife dance?
Tell you about it when you're
The Claw gives a disappointed huff as the stag moves off to one side, a dazzled Fiona in tow, and Talon turns to you and says, "Evosia, would you please stand at the far end of the pool, and the rest of you may stand along the pool as well, just on the edges."
Yes.
This feels
Yeah.
cold.
Do we need to hold
But I will
hands?
do it.
And hold hands or something?
We've dealt with
If you
worse.
would like to. From across, you guys are on like opposite sides of the pond, like reaching across. Like
I just imagine like you guys are holding hands and you're both squeezing as hard as you can.
I can handle
We're
better
making eye
than you.
contact with the claw. And
Yeah.
we're like,
Oh yeah, she's definitely got like that little smile on her face.
I'm
Like,
not
"Oh,
gonna
I'm
say
really
how
going to
first."
enjoy this."
with my -1 modifier.
Yeah, I have a 0 strength.
We're just like, both, I'm stronger than either of you.
I'm dexterous.
And if Eve like ever did a hand holding contest with you guys, you would know what real
100%.
pain is.
100%.
So once everyone is in place, the Talon raises her hands, palms up to Eve, and says, Evoja Ferricu, daughter of Fiona and Darian, you have been a force for incredible good in the name of the trio and all who we protect. It is time for that effort to be rewarded. While you still have many trials ahead of you, we wish to offer you a greater chance to serve nature in Aneria. We offer you a high honor and wish to name you the Voice of the Wild. You will act as our champion when called upon, dealing with all matters that may affect our people. In exchange, we offer you a place of great honor and respect, as well as greater power to aid you in your endeavors. What say you?
I am honored. And I say yes.
Excellent. Then I, the Talon, submit to the four courts that Evoja Ferricu be named Voice of the Wild. The Fang agrees, says the blonde goddess. The Claw chuckles and says, yeah, of course, with a wink to Eve. And the three turn to the Emerald Stag, who smiles and nods and says, the Emerald Stag agrees. Represent us well. The Talon nods and keeps her expression neutral as she says, are there any in attendance who oppose this calling?
I have a question.
Agrees.
As soon as you guys talk, Sarah's gonna, give you a stink eye.
It's not an objection. What does it mean, Voice of the Wild?
It means that she has our full confidence to make any decisions for the creatures of nature in an area that she wishes. And if we need to call upon her as champion in times of dire need, she will be there to answer.
Well, I feel like we came to the same conclusion. I'm glad you guys finally came around.
Not known for our reverence towards deities, this group.
I've only met two, and one of them's dead.
This is my fifth. Sorry, Stag.
Well then.
Sorry, Stag. Your old drinking buddies or something.
We're both gonna get eaten alive by badgers or something in our sleep.
Yes.
The Talon finally nods and says, very well. Evoja, wait, says a shrill voice suddenly calling out from the opposite end of the clearing. I missed my cue. I'm very sorry. All eyes turn that way, I'm assuming, unless you guys don't want to look, that's fine.
I don't like this person who's got a voice.
Where an old woman stumbles through the underbrush, clutching at her worn dress and yanking it from where it has been snagged on a root. She looks up sheepishly as she enters, then looks back and waves something that nobody else can see. The trees seem to part, almost as if frightened, as a massive cart holding a large crate is pulled up by a pair of equally massive goats. All four gods in attendance stiffen at the sight of the woman, and the Fang hisses out, what are you doing here? I've come to object to your choice of voice, of course. And she smiles, then glances at Eve. No offense, girlie. It's just that I haven't seen you in action before, and I represent people who have vested interests in you being voice as well. You see... Oh, sorry. Introductions, of course. I am the Baba Yaga, and I represent the Court of Night. And there's kind of a little hush that goes through at the announcement of her name. And the Claw snarls, it isn't your place to test our speaker. Begone from these woods. And she says, oh, but it is. The Court of Night has representatives that you agreed upon. Animals that don't have any representation that you said you would take care of. And the stag goes, I would not call the monstrosities that you serve there as true animals. And she... No matter what you call them, an owlbear still hunts, a displacer beast still stalks for prey, Naga still fall in love, as weird as any other snake, and she kind of waves her hand off to the Fang, who looks a little affronted at that.
Ooh. For some reason, the Fang just doing it for me.
Quote unquote, Fang is doing it for me.
And she says, I have just about as right to represent them as you do to represent your ilks, and they all must be in agreement. And they kind of sit there and look at each other for a moment, and then kind of shrug a little bit, because this is technically true. And Baba Yaga goes, of course. Now, come here, girl. Let me see you, and let me judge you for myself.
Absolutely. What can I do to prove myself to you?
And she kind of steps up and she starts like circling around you, and she goes, "A little short, the mousy hair. You don't look like you've been eating a lot. Interesting. Yeah, definitely not exactly what I was looking for in a voice. Perhaps, I know. Perhaps a trial is in order. A simple test to see if you are worthy to represent the brutish creatures that I help watch over."
Anything I can do to prove myself to you, I would gladly do it.
Of course. I do have the trial with me, and she points back to the cart, and it kind of like rattles a little bit, and there's only like this one little tiny hinge that's holding whatever it is there. It looks really flimsy. If you accept, we can get the trial started, and then once that's all done, we can get on to this naming voice business, I suppose.
Very well.
Excellent. The Fang steps forward, and she goes, "Is she permitted her companions for this trial? We are permitting her as voice to have her companions with her." Baba Yaga sits there for a moment. "I suppose it won't matter one way or the other. You won't change the outcome very much. Shall we?" And they all kind of nod and acquiesce, and she goes, "Excellent." She pulls out an avocado, and she twists off half of it, and she takes the pit out, and she pulls it up, and as she does, the glade itself kind of picks up.
If you stop eating those, you might be able to afford a house in this economy.
I have a house, and she
anyone wearing armor?
She points back to her, and there is that
Yeah, you guys
flare of the
are
chicken
wearing
house.
My liveries.
Yep. And as you are, as like basically the glade just starts picking itself up out of the area. Fiona does come over to you and kind of usher you away, and she says, "You probably should get dressed."
Yes, I should.
So,
Did you bring your clothes?
the rest of you can go ahead and get geared up, get armored up, that sort of thing. As the Baba Yaga, basically, she takes the pin and kind of sets it, and just as she releases it, just kind of hovers in the air, and so too does the glade itself, is kind of hovering in the air. And then she takes her hands and she, like almost like she's latching onto something, and she starts pulling apart the forest and expanding this kind of divot that she's made within it. And then she takes a single. She takes a single vial that just looks like it has one little drop of water, and she uncorks it and pours it out at the edge. And as it hits, it just starts exploding into like waves and waves of water until it fills into this large lake with a couple like stone ponds. She says, "If you wouldn't mind, I'll send my champion down shortly."
So what I'm learning is 1 in 6 gods suck.
I'm glad I didn't attack
I
her
accept
when she
your
first came
challenge.
in.
Wonderful. And so you guys can be ushered down there. It's just kind of like a magical lake. If you step off,
like a dirt stairway.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that. So you guys can head down onto like the largest kind of platform off to one side, and then she kind of snaps her fingers, and the cart that's on another kind of platform rattles, and the little latch unhooks. It opens up, and you just hear this rumble as this massive reptilian claw comes out and crashes into the water, and followed by another one far larger than this crate could actually hold. And a truly gargantuan reptile pulls its head out, takes a bite out of one of the goats as the other one like scurries and starts swimming away. And she calls down, "Girly, friends of Girly, meet Jorganther, quite possibly the last dragon turtle in all of Aneria. Best him, and I'll consider you good enough to represent my desires."
Does he have to live or die?
I'll leave that up to him. Jorganther, dinner time. And he snaps his jaws, finishing off the goat, and then dives into the water. And we're going to go ahead and roll initiative and get into it here. So give us just a moment. We'll be right back with combat. All right. Let's go ahead and reveal the battle map and roll initiative. Starting with Bolt. That sounds like a fun place to start.
2.
Wow. 2.
Crit fail.
Victor.
I'm muting my sound so we don't get Kansas in the middle of it. 20, dirty.
20. Dirty.
So dirty.
Hippota. 5. Seredan.
Yep, the little dice.
5.
Yeah.
We always get the same initiative.
Ezra.
Twinsies. 26.
26.
It's because we're in love.
Problem with
I'm
the
in
little
love and I
ones.
don't care who knows it.
Don't care who knows it.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start tonight with Ezra.
You know, that's Sarah. That's us.
Where's our enemy?
The enemy is submerged underwater at the moment. You cannot see where it is in the fathoms of the water.
Which was the claw. I will look up to the claw.
Okay.
And say, "You wish us to kill a beast. I thought Eve is supposed to protect animals."
Prey is prey.
So we are not supposed to kill a predator.
All right.
Anything that's beneath you is prey.
I will run.
Okay.
I think she's trying to get me to kill him. 30.
What's my movement? 30.
Okay.
Right to the edge.
Right to the edge, and I will look and see if I can see any signs of dragon turtle.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Come on, baby dice, don't let me down.
Baby dice.
Perception?
Spend littlest hopes in here. We can have a kaiju battle.
17.
17. You do see a shape that is moving towards you. It will be at disadvantage to attack it at this point, just because it's hard to hit anything with an arrow in the water or anything.
Okay. Can I hold my action?
Yeah, if you'd like to wait until it surfaces, you can do it.
I'll hold my action to see if it...
So do you want to, since you already did something, I'm going to assume you're readying an attack for when it appears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Then it is Victor's turn.
Use an action to sharpen my blade, or do my honed edge blades.
Okay.
And kind of as I'm kind of stepping forward, like, don't worry, Eve, we are with you. And I'll use my shield of faith as one of the things kind of comes around and surrounds.
Okay.
And I'll use my movement.
Shield of Faith only a bonus action, right?
There. Correct.
Okay.
It's once per day.
Preston.
And it is concentration. Yeah, just straight to the edge. Yep, right there. And I'll just be trying to use my senses to try and watch and see what's there, but I'm not holding any actions.
Okay. So Ezra, you're watching as this thing kind of veers to the left, and then it bursts out of the water. We'll go ahead and reveal it.
Whoa!
It's Godzilla!
Cute.
Gojira.
It is a little cute.
Whoa. Oh, I don't want to kill him. He looks
He's
so nice.
Tweedle.
Can you give me
Probably the big version
This is
is
what
ugly.
Spike looks like at the end of right before time.
Oh, he does. I love
I
Spike.
can't kill
That's my
Spike.
favorite character.
I like
Petrie is
Petrie.
he's a
gonna
close
eat
second.
us.
Ducky also. I love them all. Littlefoot
Petrie
sucks.
and Ducky are the best.
And Sarah.
Sarah.
Littlefoot.
Littlefoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a.
Thanks to Scott for that quick paint job.
Cory comes down at 6:30, so
Because I came up with the Baba Yaga fan, I'm like, I need to get something painted that
Here?
over on this side, actually.
Here.
Yep. So it's going to appear right at the edge. It's like coming up over the edge. So you'll get your attack off on it as it like starts towering over you.
So do I get like a full attack action or just a shot?
You just get an attack. When you have to ready an action, it's just one attack
Okay,
for it.
perfect. Oh, I'll try
Yeah.
the baby dice.
at 6:30.
Beep, beep.
All those things you've been painting over the weekend for this week, can you just push those aside and paint this instead?
Yeah.
I'm like,
25.
maybe?
And is that with your
Sharpshooter.
sharpshooter? Yes, that will hit.
That's gonna be 27 damage.
Not 25 damage. Weird. Yeah, so that definitely like hits one of the scales, kind of it scrapes a little piece off of it, and then he's going to do a
Now, isn't it as well like for
cone.
this is
Oh,
a,
Yes,
no.
he can hit
this is
everybody.
a, this is a semantics question. If you isn't it with like with yours, if you take the attack action, which is the held action being held, wouldn't he be able to make the
Well,
second attack?
I did
Not
use
bonus attacks
perception.
or anything.
I
but
think the readied action
just like
specifically
one
is
shot.
just one shot.
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
one single
Let
shot.
me-
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's true.
No, I think that's
I
accurate
believe that is the accurate case.
because you're not really holding your full turn
Yeah.
or anything.
Because that would
Right.
be holding your turn until after
But,
it goes.
but and the reason I asked that is because if it's the semantics of when you take the attack action, which would
Yeah.
be this.
No, it's just you ready a single attack. If I'm wrong, people will tell me in the
Come
comments. but-
at us in
Yep.
the comments
Put a skull and crossbones.
or a bar face.
No, we already have.
Peach.
The peach butt.
Like that.
Peach.
So this
Peachy Keen.
Yeah.
the dragon turtle kind of bursts itself out of the water. It's far larger than represented here because this thing is, it's a gargantuan creature that regularly attacks boats. And it kind of towers over you all. It doesn't really seem to notice the arrow that strikes it. and it lets out a big blast of steam against all of you. So I need everybody to make me Constitution saving throws.
Let's see.
Have
How
faith
far does?
in my baby dice.
+5 for Seredan and Bolt at this point.
Okay.
Con, you said?
Yes.
21.
21.
17.
17 for
19.
Ezra. 19 for Bolt.
24.
24 for Eve. Victor?
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay. So
I'm the mightiest hunter.
Ezra and Victor will be taking full damage on this.
True to form.
Oh man!
The first round.
Don't you have Indomitable, though?
I do.
Would you like to use Indomitable?
I will use Indomitable, which just lets me reroll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give your tattoo as well.
Yep. That's a little bit better. How about 22?
22 will mean that you save. So
Okay.
only Victor will take full damage. The rest of you will take half damage on
And
this.
this isn't
0
isn't
because it's
considered.
con. For me.
This
Yes.
isn't considered an attack.
No, it's not
So I
considered an
can't.
attack.
I can't have the damage. So.
Evasion.
Stacks.
It only
That's
works
on
against
dex.
dexterity.
Okay,
Dex only.
that's right. So 54 damage is the one for Victor.
Ow.
And then 27 fire damage for everybody else.
Except for me.
Except for you. Because, yeah, you have your Mizium armor and that saves you from any of the damage.
So basically, all the flesh from my bones just falls to the ground.
You're just
It's steam.
You're the
You're a
skeleton.
steam Genasi.
Terminator 2 skeleton.
It's just like,
You think?
And then it is Eve's turn.
I think I have the higher dex.
Probably.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot you both are 5.
Yeah.
Alright then, Seredan, you take...
I'm not gonna
I
do
yell out,
anything,
leave me a spot.
but, let's see.
How big
So
spot?
she's going to.
His name is Spot.
Oh, cute.
I'm actually gonna quicken spell. Use quicken spell.
All the
here.
trio's like,
Gigantler.
that's why you're the voice. You think they're cute.
To cast Song of the Unseen. She'll just start singing.
Okay.
And kind of fade from everyone's perception.
Goodbye.
Sorry, I'm just looking for my sorcery points.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
The duck's swarming the
And
castle.
then we'll run up. Now, how far away?
It's right at the edge. So,
Okay.
yeah.
In that case, I'll step one spot back, basically.
Okay.
And make a couple of attacks. All right, let's see. Baby dice. Don't fail me.
Baby dice.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Okay. Let's see. I gotta remember now. It's detail. Okay. 16. Oh, sorry. I'm using. I said that unless I specified otherwise, I was
yes.
always going to be using. So that's actually only
A 15.
a 15 to hit.
15 will not hit.
Okay, so it's a miss.
Okay.
Second attack. All right, let's see if we can do a little better. You know what? Actually, I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right.
To re-roll that attack. And that is better. That's a 19 to hit.
19 will miss.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna add my epic die. Can I do that, or do I have to do that before?
It's kind of loosey-goosey, so I'll allow
Okay.
it.
23.
23 will hit.
Okay. Whew. This thing's tough. All right. In that case, yes, damage.
And tell me your damage types, by the way.
Okay, so it's it was.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yes, it has 26, and one of it was fire damage.
Okay.
Okay. Second attack.
Yeah.
Now that I've used all my resources, that is a 19.
19 will miss.
Okay.
And then butt action. Oh no, you already used
No,
your...
because I used my bonus action.
19 misses?
Yep.
19 misses.
So Seredan comes up, delivers a slash, kind of like putting all of her power into that first one with the glaive, and it kind of cuts through some of those scales. And then the second one is you come around for another strike, it just kind of like scrapes against them and sparks a little bit.
Okay.
Then it is Eve's turn.
I should have waited. I might have had bless on me.
So when the Baba Yaga was talking to it, did it seem like it understood what she was saying?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I'm actually going to cast Command,
Okay.
assuming it can understand me.
Okay. What's the command?
Grovel.
Grovel. And what is the save on that?
Wisdom save of 17.
It locks eyes with you, and then it just kind of like, you hear a deep like rumbling as it chuckles and then goes back to...
This is like the first time on Dune when he tries to use the command books.
Yeah.
She's like,
the weaving way.
Right.
Fine.
But it did look like it understood you.
Okay.
It just made it safe. Okay.
I don't want to hurt you. You seem precious to the Baba Yaga.
She cackles. Oh, love. But that's just the Baba Yaga. Would you like to move, or are you good where you are?
I will move up next to Ezra.
Okay.
Yeah. She just pushes Ezra over. Ezra
Right next to
over.
it, here or here?
There's fine.
I don't know
Here
how
or
to
here?
swim.
Yeah, there. That's
Yeah.
fine.
You live in
One or two? Which is better? One, two.
I'll move over one actually.
2 or 3
No.
That way.
3
Don't do that.
That way.
Don't worry about that.
I'm doing it.
Don't worry about that.
Yep.
or 4.
Okay.
5.
I almost
Or
knocked you over
6.
again.
Okay, well, it is your turn.
Great. Now I can't go big.
Sorry.
Now it's his fault.
Her
So, what does it take to use one of my my soul core charges? Is it a bonus? Or
Yeah, it's a bonus action, I believe.
What's a soul core?
That's his chest cap.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I will do that. I will use one of those charges.
Okay.
booty call charge.
And I will choose the
Call upon powers of his chest.
spreading hope. No, sorry, not spreading hope. Spreading courage. So I use the charge, and I cast the spreading courage. Each ally that can see me gains an epic dice.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah.
So
Ba-ba-ba-boo-yah.
does that include me?
Yeah.
You're an ally of yourself.
Yep, you're an ally. Technically, like, it's supposed to say you and an ally, I'm sure, but... or you
And
ally is
that
supposed
also
to-
resets my the thing I have to roll on down.
Oh, yeah.
Down to
Mhm.
1. So,
Perfect.
and then I'm gonna run up right next to Eve.
Say scooch.
No, I'm just teasing. I can actually go big and dangle off the edge.
Except
dangle
that's a
in the
bonus
water.
action too.
Yeah, I can't right now, but maybe later. And then I'm going to, as I run up, I'm gonna
Just
Thunder Gauntlet it.
Yeah, like its claws are like a lash onto the side, and you just punch one of its claws.
Where are the drugs? And that is going to be a 21.
21 will hit. Every step is closer to finding that AC.
And that's a 9. It's 9 thunder damage.
9 thunder damage. Okay. Yeah, could be 21.
Oh, I guess
And
so.
then second attack. That's a crit.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Yes.
sweet.
Noise.
Does that hit?
Yes. It is immune to crits. Oh, what do you know? Look at that.
It has an adamantine shell. That
is,
sucks.
So that's 16 plus 8 plus 6. 30.
30 damage. Nice.
30
Yeah,
damage.
so you punch its hand and kind of send this rumble of thunder through it. Kind of looks down towards you, and as it like turns its head towards you, you just full on use the momentum and rear back and clock it in the jaw. Okay, back at the top of the round, Ezra.
Okay. Would I be considered like too close where I'd have disadvantage on my shots?
You right now you are adjacent, so yes, you will.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna move
Okay.
back. I'll take an opportunity attack, I guess.
Are you just moving there?
Yep.
You will not take an opportunity.
Okay, not
there.
to threat range.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, just right there. And I will fire off a shot. Critical failure.
Okay.
Curse you, baby dice.
No, they're not coming through for us here.
And my second shot is a 26.
26.
25.
25 will hit. And that's including your sharpshooter.
Yes.
Okay.
For 24 damage.
24.
I will pour a guy in there. 27 damage.
27. Okay.
And that's all I'm going to do right now.
All right, Victor.
All right, I'm going to make an attack, and this one will be with my Ruby Wing, which gives me advantage
Because it hit you.
because it hit me.
Okay.
So the last creature that dealt damage to me. So it's advantages. This is with Cinder Hearth, so it's a 13 and a 13, so that's plus 10, so that's 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
And this Cinder Hearth is empowered, so it says in the empower that any. Now this is a clarification, but on the next time you make an attack with each of these weapons within the next 10 minutes, roll the dice equal to the damage dice of the weapon. So that's just the damage dice, right? That's not other damage. Okay. So, but is the fire damage considered damage dice for that weapon? Is what I'm getting at. Is that an additional 1d10 or no?
No, it's just for the original weapon damage.
Okay. Yeah. So that's going to be 2d4 plus 7. So I'll just roll here. Or sorry, 1d4. 1d4 without the modifier. So that's going to be. I'm going to reroll that second one.
Okay.
That's another one. So that's still just 13 damage for
13.
just the base piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the d10 here. Just roll those two. So that's a 5 and a 4. So that's 9 for the fire damage.
Okay.
And that's closed off for the day. Plus my 5d6 sneak damage because everyone else is within 5 feet of it, correct?
Sneaky.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That is a total of 14 damage.
14 extra damage. Okay, yeah. Your knife just goes scraping along the side of it, and it leaves a nice little gash in the scales, sort of thing.
Okay. And then I want to ready my what's it called? The Brim of Flying, but I think I have to use an action.
To speak the command word.
So try to. You just speak. It's a command word. Then it hovers beneath you, right in the air. It has a flying speed. It doesn't say like action or bonus action. So, would that be part of my free actions?
Yeah, you could just. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just kick off and go up in the air so I can
What
not
was
be
that
in this
word again?
What was the magic word?
Brasinger.
Yeah. And then.
I just want to hear you say it.
So up 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way I'm kind of. I want to be out of the range of the cone. So like just.
Yeah,
out
you'll
here.
probably like want to go off to the side as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, just because I think a cone is.
Goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you would.
Yeah.
It's 3D.
Yeah, it would be 3D.
So it would be
30
like
feet
this,
up
so.
too.
Yeah.
So
Or 60 feet up.
I'm gonna come.
Oh,
Because it's a
yeah.
60 foot.
I'm gonna come like over here. That's out of.
Yeah. All right. So move
Do we
Victor's
have?
figure just kind of over the water there.
Yeah.
That's fine. The dragon turtle, Jorganther, tries to recharge his breath weapon and does not. And he's still kind of eyeing Eve despite the clock to his jaw, and he goes, "Come, little one, let's see what you're worth." And he is going to try and hit you here. And that is a
Sonic pulse comes out of my gauntlet and rings his bell.
Disadvantage, that's right.
Disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay.
And you put shield.
Shield of Fate's on you, so plus 2 to
you
your
have a
AC.
plus 2 to your armor class.
So that
Plus
is
your bonuses.
a 19 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay.
Super
So it he kind of like whips around a little bit and just tries to like scrape you off with part of his shell, and you manage to avoid it. And then his mouth comes around and he's gonna try and bite you with that as well. Roll that with disadvantage as well here. That's a 21 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to brace yourself with the shield. You can feel Victor's shield kind of mirroring you on the other side as the iron leaf kind of closes around his jaw, or before his jaws can completely close. And then he's actually going to pull away and dive under the water again.
Opportunity
Yeah.
attack.
Opportunity.
Yes, you do. Absolutely, you do.
21.
21 will hit.
24.
24 will hit.
23.
23 will hit. Are you just like attacking with your fist?
Oh.
Because you don't get to attack with your
Opportunity
your
attack.
ranged
21.
weapon, yeah.
Okay.
21
so
will
in
hit.
that case, it was a.
Have your katana.
What's my punching?
You can't really pull out the katana in the middle.
Yeah,
of it.
so-
You could improvised weapon,
Yeah.
whack him with your bow.
I'd allow a D4 for
A
that.
19.
19 will miss, yeah.
Are you close enough to do an opportunity attack, though?
Oh, yeah,
No,
you would
yeah,
have to be
yeah,
below 5.
that's
So,
true.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so all 3 of you hit, so let's get damages. Bolt.
I hit.
Yeah, you did 21, right?
Yeah.
10
For some
thunder
reason I said
damage.
miss.
10 thunder, okay.
16.
16.
And 1 was fire.
Okay.
We're about to experience Jurassic World, where I'm dangling over the water and then Victor's gone.
18.
18. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, as he like pulls away, all 3 of you take the opportunity to just strike at his shell as he dives under. You take a little chunk off of it, and he disappears. Seredan, it is your turn.
Well,
I'd like to be clear
Okay.
that I'm 30 feet in the
I
air.
guess first I'll kind of go up here and look down and see if I can see him.
Okay. Go and roll me a perception check.
18.
This is a really good idea.
So you
Genius. Light bulb.
you can see him like fading into the water. It looks like he's going pretty much down to the bottom of the
Okay.
pool.
I'm gonna put, as a bonus action, I'm gonna put Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
Then, as he's fading away.
Yep.
And maybe I will just throw out like some Eldritch Blast. Like try and hit him with an Eldritch Blast as he's.
Okay. Yeah.
getting in
Go
distance.
ahead and
It's
make
got
that
100,
with
120 foot range.
yeah. Go ahead and make it with disadvantage here. He wasn't able to get.
Would my Song of the Unseen advantage and that disadvantage cancel each other out?
I would say not in this case, just because it is like trying to go through water.
I miss.
Okay.
Oh wait, I get 2 beams. Sorry. That second one would. Nope, that would also miss. Because it's. Oh wait, no. It's 22.
22 will hit.
Sorry, I was doing like the Great Weapon Master calculation in my head. I'm like, no, I'm not using.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay, so that's
Great
just.
Weapon Master Eldritch Blast.
It's just a D10. So that's just 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. 6 force, right?
Right.
Okay. Alrighty.
And then I think she's gonna. Well. I'll just kind of come over here. No, you know what? He's gonna come up on the other. I think he's going to try to come up around the other side. So I was here. I had moved 5 feet to get there. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Kind of try and position yourself.
Sounds good. Eve.
Can I see him?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. It shouldn't be too hard. You can see the streaks of the Eldritch Blast in there.
Yeah. 14.
14? Yeah. Good enough to kind of see the dark shadow.
Then yes, I will also do Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay. Just like
double
two little curses floating around his head.
You are so cursed. And
And he uses a cleanse. All conditions leave. Freaking paladins.
oh yes, I want to cast Blast. Let's do it on Ezra.
Come on, baby, bless.
Baby bless. Bless.
I almost couldn't see your guys sitting over there in the blue.
4. Okay. So Ezra, Victor. Well, are you close enough?
I am 30 feet in the air. Probably not.
Probably not.
Wait,
It's not
what's
you.
your range?
30 feet.
How many squares is that? 2, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20.
So it'd be like I'm 30 feet out and I'm 30 feet in the air.
It's still 30 feet. Yeah,
'Kay.
diagonally.
Yeah, we're
You-
not doing Pythagorean's theorem.
Yep.
Bolt. And myself. Thank you.
Because we've all forgotten that. Sorry.
In your concentration?
She gone.
Go like a
The Baba Yaga actually calls down from above and says, Is that all you do, girlie, is just raise up your friends? I thought you were supposed to be a champion.
Supporting others is work of a champion.
Sounds boring.
You want me to kill
I've
him?
had similar thoughts. Interesting.
The Baba Yaga is all of Torrey's negative emotions in one. And then, would you like to move?
I'm gonna stay right here.
Alrighty. Bolt.
Can I still see, like, while they're shooting streaks of stuff down, can I see kind of where it's going?
Give me a perception check. Like I said, it's kind of easy after Seredan kind of lit the way with an Eldritch Blast.
That's a crit fail.
Nope. Too much turmoil in the water.
Okay. I'm going to dive in the water
Okay.
and Giant Smite on the way in.
Alrighty. So I believe your swim speed would be half of your...
Cannonball.
Your swim speed is technically half of your movement speed, unless
So
you...
I'm just gonna sink and try if I can get, and if I want to sink as far as my speed will let me,
Cannonball!
and then if I can see him, I want to try to fairy fire.
Okay, yeah, so you get about 15... Well, sinking... If you're just sinking...
I'm pretty heavy.
You're pretty heavy.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah, okay,
We'll
we'll say...
dive in the water
we'll
and
say
then
you
throw
get,
him
like...
back. Well,
We'll say you get 30 feet down. Like,
Okay.
with just sinking without, like, spending any effort to, like,
Yep, I
push
just-
yourself... Yeah, just, like, full-on start,
Cannonball
like,
into
sinking
it.
like a rock. You see him, like, swimming away. He's actually currently, like, turning around to start his next attack run, as it were.
I
And he
want
kind
to.
of blinks as he sees you
I
there.
want to fairy fire him.
Okay. That is what type of save?
It's a dex of 15.
He does not make his.
All right. He is very bad.
Glowing turtle.
Now he's nice and glowing.
Sparkly now. I want to kill him even less.
In the water.
So if you want to hold on to that,
Yes, I will hold on to that.
we're hanging off one of your parapets there.
I'll hang it off of his tail.
Cheeky tail feather.
Okay.
Okay.
And then is that
And then
it?
I need to roll a d20 because that's a spell. 14.
So I think you can hold your breath for. Oh, you don't need to breathe.
I don't
Never
breathe.
mind. Warforged.
He doesn't.
But you will take rust damage
Yes.
later.
After 1,000 years.
Especially with salt water.
Yeah.
We'll clean
It
that.
is salt water, by the way.
It's very salty.
Yes. Whatever the Baba Yaga poured in was salty. So.
It's the tears of the children.
Yeah.
Salty beans.
God.
That's all I got.
That's a lot of
Terrifying.
tears.
Ezra, it is your turn.
Okay. How far away are all the gods and stuff that are watching?
They're probably about 100 feet up, I would say.
You turn and shoot.
All right. I'm gonna shoot the Baba Yaga.
Oh my goodness.
That's the greatest prey.
That's gonna be
I'm having
21 to
stress
hit.
about this.
How to kill a guy.
Sorry, you said 21 to hit?
yeah.
Just over here.
I didn't have a stat line.
It's like I don't know.
I
the
do.
Baba
I
Yaga
just
stats.
I didn't think I would need to pull it up. Is that right? No, that's.
Do you want to put the model back on the field since he's fairy fired
Oh,
now?
yes, since he's very fired. Yeah. We'll go ahead.
Very much illuminated. Where's he at? Cory?
He's probably about 10 feet. Well, he's just kind of 40 feet down. He's still on the same plane, so you're just like 10 feet above him. So that will hit.
All right.
However, I'm going to do something here.
You and all your future progeny will now have 3 toes.
Extra
We won't be able
toes.
to have children.
Extra toes.
She takes
On your elbow.
your privates as
She takes your private.
as a
I'll take those. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that will hit.
Okay. I am going
Where's
to
him?
use a
That's my
banishing
Ken
arrow,
doll.
and I'm gonna banish her out of the court. So that's gonna be the regular damage. So that's 8. I poured in an epic dice.
Is
so
there a
that's,
save on that?
There is a save, but let
Yeah.
me do the damage first. So that's 27, 30 damage,
30 damage. Okay.
and then she needs to make a DC 12 charisma saving throw. She probably has a charisma.
I don't know. She seemed pretty ornery.
It's true.
Will Victor fall off his broom in surprise?
Gasp.
I didn't know that was allowed.
Look there.
Sorry, what was the DC?
12.
Okay. Yeah, so it kind of slams into her shoulder, and she just looks at it and goes, "Oh, you want to play, do you?"
What have we got ourselves into?
She doesn't vanish.
Nope. She does not.
Well, you
Does
kind of
he
went
wink
halfway to
at-
bed.
Taking
claw?
disrespect of deities to a whole new level.
Well, I
I
figured if I
present
can banish her,
Easy E.
then I could be like, she doesn't belong in your court, take this beast out of here, and then they'd be like, oh, well done.
12.
But clearly that didn't
a
happen.
DC of 12.
Hey,
She's a
this is a
demigod.
half-cooked plan. I just wanted to hit a god.
I thought it was nice, but
Still only counts as one.
I like the bravado.
I don't like the gears that are turning. in
We're
his
gonna
head.
go ahead, and it is going to be her turn.
Oh, crap.
And
I want to
She
be
is
clear, he
going
did not die himself.
The greatest prey.
he is going to wink out of existence and appear right next to you.
It worked.
And she's just gonna like lean over your shoulder, and as you like connect with her, her eye flashes. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Please.
You are within 10 feet of
So
Eve.
plus
Yeah, plus
5.
5, yeah.
Okay, so
And
that's...
you have less.
And you have less.
does that work? That doesn't work on saving throws.
Yeah.
Does it?
22. What saving throw is it?
It is a
Wisdom.
wisdom saving throw.
26.
Okay. Yeah, you basically feel like the cold hand of death start wrapping around your throat, and then like Eve's aura kind of flares and disperses. And she goes, "Interesting." Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Drink your potions.
Hey.
What's up, everyone?
Hey.
She's back? Oh, she's back.
She's back.
Back again.
Baba's back. All
Tell
right.
your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, she's back again.
Yes.
All right, Victor, it is your turn, my friend.
I'm going to attack the turtle.
Okay. That's still 40 feet underwater.
It's underwater.
Oh, it's underwater still. I'm going to use a action to drink a potion
Okay.
of healing, for which I have 2, so I'm going to drink one of them. That's the full 2d4 plus 4, so that'd be 8 plus 4. 12? Right?
12.
12 total?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I'll guzzle that. And then
Wait, 2d4 plus 8, you said?
2d4 plus 4.
Oh, plus 4.
It's, the one that I have here I just show as a potion of healing. Wait, hold on. This was a superior healing potion, so this is 8d4 plus 8. I'm glad I checked.
So 32,
So
40.
40. So
Math is a wonderful.
put in the ones. Okay, but for my bonus action, I'll throw out some daggers to protect Ezra. Throw 3 of them. What's the bonus? And those are defensive daggers. Sandman, glitch.
Skin over the
No.
mountains.
Protect.
Okay. Alrighty. Perfect. Then it is the dragon turtle, who is going to. Well, first of all, he's going to try and recharge his steam breath. He does not. Done using the baby dice for that one.
Yeah, baby dice.
And since Bolt is right in front of it, he's just going to make a trio of attacks against Bolt.
He sinks
A trio.
toward it.
Trio.
Nice. So it is going to be a bite. Nope, that's the damage. That's not the attack. 20.
That misses.
Okay. And then 2 claws here. One of them is a crit.
That's just negated.
Which is just a regular attack against you.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one is a 25.
That hits.
Okay, so the first damage is 12 slashing damage. And the second is 17 slashing damage. So basically, it snaps at you, but you manage to kind of like push back before its jaws can clamp around your leg, and then it just kind of swipes and starts like scraping your leg a little bit. So, but it is not moving. We'll say it kind of reorients itself, so it's right at the same level as you, even though it's going to start like following you downward because you're still sinking. And then it is Seredan's turn.
Yeah, no, time freezes as soon as I hit 30 feet.
Well, she's gonna be like running up and just being like, easy. I thought I was brash. I can't say I think your move was wise, but I feel similarly. And I'm gonna attack Baba Yaga.
Okay.
We
So,
are gonna kill
That's a 19 to hit.
A 19 will miss.
Wow.
Oh, I gotta roll my con checks.
Alright, I'm gonna add my epic die. So it's a
I have to roll my con checks.
Oh yeah.
21.
21 will hit.
Okay.
Passed the first one.
Sheesh.
Passed the second one. So I'm still concentrated.
Alright, so that is gonna be... Oh, that's the wrong... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Sorry. That's... Come on, brain. 18 damage. One of it is fire.
Okay.
And then...
So you slash into it, and there's like a cackle as it fades away.
Okay.
And it looks like it was an illusory double. And you do hear cackling around you, so the Baba Yaga is around you, but she is invisible.
Okay.
This is attack a god casually. This sounds like fun.
Was not my idea.
Don't worry, it'll be
For
fine.
record.
Close out of her. We've done worse.
But... We always follow each other into danger, even when we make stupid decisions, right?
Hey.
Come on, Ezra, that was stupid.
So if you like, you can move about and try and...
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and find her.
Okay.
Free to move about the cabin.
I don't know if you need me to make like a perception check or...
Yeah, let's go ahead and give a perception check here. It's going to be pretty hard because this isn't a... There's not a lot of like dust or other...
Sure.
You only have like 5 more to move.
Crit fail.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see her at all
All
at
right.
this point.
Listen.
Then I guess I
leave her
will
to
just
me.
move up 5, 10, 15 and look down on...
How much speed do you have?
Oh yeah, good point. I was here.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so that's as close as
Okay.
I could get. And just kind of keep my eye on, see if Dragon Turtle pops back up. And Bolt for that matter. And I guess that's all I'm gonna do. Don't really have a good... I'll use text blades card. Good. Bonus action that I want to do right now. So since I have nothing to attack, I'll just wait.
Okay. All right. Then it is Eve's turn.
How far down is the...
30 feet now.
Yep.
And you have advantage against it if you're casting some.
Because Fairy Fire.
Did you say I have to look at the stats?
No, expert. Because we
Yeah,
had the new
yeah.
ones. I was looking at the old
What?
ones. I was like, oh wait, that's not
Who?
right.
Yeah.
The stats,
Can I adjust my turn?
What would
Is
you
it
like
too
to
late?
adjust?
Can I see Bolt?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say, yeah.
I'm going
He's being
to.
backlit by fairy fire.
I'm going
You see me in
to.
the water.
Yeah. You made your concentrations, right?
Yeah, I did.
I'm going to use another quicken spell, burning through my sorcery points, and cast Vortex Warp on Bolt
Ooh.
to teleport him.
Oh.
So I can put him anywhere within 90 feet.
Okay.
Of me, where I can see. And so I'll just like go yoink and put him right there.
Perfect.
Be like,
He comes out soaking wet, dropping water on you and Eve.
oh wait, I have to sing
Does
when I cast. So she just kind of goes, and like
When the water hits, it's like Baba Yaga, and she's like, I made it!
The water spins like being flushed, and I And then
Nice.
You're supposed to say flesh me.
Flesh
me.
Okay, so cast there. And that's my turn.
Okay, perfect.
And scene. Okay, I will use I'll do it Eldritch Blast.
thank you for that. I didn't feel like swimming up, but
It was quite brave of you. I just didn't want you to drown.
Dice.
I don't need to breathe. But thank you for your.
Good point.
20.
By the way, Ezra attacked
24
the
hits.
goddess, and now we're apparently at war with her as well.
She's not a goddess. She's a witch.
She's around here somewhere. She's invisible.
1
Oh.
to 10.
It's just randomly.
From all cackling from all around you. But it's Peter Griffin.
What was it? Okay, so
The damage on that attack, on that first one? Or the Eldritch Blast?
I think the first roll that I rolled was a 2.
Okay.
Because there's two of them.
Okay.
2 wings.
Mhm.
So that's for 11 total.
11 total damage.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the turtle. The turtle.
And then the other attack?
Tortuga.
Come on, baby.
Is turtle.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I get 4 for hex blades. That counts for damage. No. So 4.
Damage, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's an
Damage,
extra
not
4. It's just your. It's not to hit.
It is okay. So add 4 to that damage. It's 4 damage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Add 4 to that. Yeah. Let's use inspiration.
Okay.
Baby die.
It was a 2 and then a 1.
Baby dice.
Wow, wow. Okay. Yeah, the second one just kind of goes wide. One of them does like, again, because these are like force bolts, is Eldritch Magic, right? So they're just like leaving like waves through the water and just kind of like doing that kind of burst effect. So cool.
I guess.
You hit 1 out of 2. That's what
you were
Seredan got.
Were you adding your D4 from Bless to your attacks?
I don't think.
It wouldn't have helped, I guess. But
A 2
A
plus
2 plus 9 plus
4.
4.
whatever a D4 might be. Yeah. It's got a 20 AC.
Okay. Bolt.
So we still hear cackling occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Baby dice.
So I
That
got,
failed me.
if this is meta, let me know. Do we know that if she herself teleported down, or did she teleport a mirror image down?
She herself teleported down because she actually did something to Ezra.
Got it. Yeah.
It's just that when Seredan
I
hit her,
attacked her.
she turned an illusory duplicate on and went invisible.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave, originating from me.
Okay.
In that direction in this square area. So they have to make Constitution saving throw. 15.
All right. Go ahead and roll the damage and tell me what it is.
Okay, on a failed, it's 2d8, and then it's pushed 10 feet from me. On a successful, they take half as much as isn't pushed.
Okay.
So that is 7 damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna, I want to try to see if it like knocks her out of whatever.
It doesn't knock her out of her stealth, but
It's her up to 300 feet away.
you do hear kind of like a whump as you hit something.
I think she's behind us.
Okay. Then it is.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use my Guardian Armor
10
hit points, and I believe I can.
We get some too.
Yeah.
I can use my Fragment of Unwavering Hope
Mhm.
to give anyone within 20 feet of me gets 6 temporary hit points.
Sorry, Victor.
You and that broom, you're always far away.
I'm not gonna be there for the death attack, so that's all I care about.
Okay. Ezra, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to mysteriously pull Ixburn out of wherever he was hiding and say,
one in
"Find her!"
Okay.
See if he can just
Yikes.
flutter over in this direction and.
Go ahead and give me a. Go ahead and give me a just like a perception check.
Okay.
Spring.
So he has advantage,
Mhm.
keen hearing and sight.
Okay.
And so is it just a straight roll? Because she's
Yes,
okay.
technically it would. No, she would get advantage on her stealth check. Is what she got. So you're just
Okay.
rolling a normal check with advantage.
Okay. Oh, baby dies.
I know, mine are failing me.
That would be a 11. He doesn't see her.
No, yeah, he starts fluttering around, but he can't quite see her.
All right. Well, in that case,
You can fire blindly with disadvantage if you'd like.
yeah, I think I'm going to. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll just kind of guesstimate based off of where bolt hit, and with disadvantage, you said. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Baby dice, that will screw me over. Oh my gosh! All my dice hate me. That's a crit fail.
Okay.
They don't hate
Roll your
you,
next
they hate
attack.
Ezra.
I
not
will
personal.
use baby dice. I do love you, baby dice. Do good for me.
Daddy.
Dang it! Crit fail again.
No more baby
No
dice.
more, it's in dice jail.
Okay, yeah, you just start firing like randomly, but you don't seem to hit anything.
I think I got her.
I will move because I'm scared.
She's creepy.
I'll go right there, so maybe have a better chance.
Okay.
Okay, baby dice. I'm sorry, my turn's over.
So you're all kind of like looking around for her, and Seredan, you hear, "You're a bit too pretty for my taste." And all of a sudden, like she appears, and one of her claws runs along your face, just slowly like this.
Okay.
So I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
I was hoping you would say charisma saving throw.
Or be turned into a
cha.
hag.
All right, so that's gonna be 29.
29. Yeah, again, like it looks like she's like trying to do something, and you're just kind of your power plus Eve's aura is pulsing, and she goes, "You are very interesting." And then she goes,
Does she have a beard?
"Yeah, she's got little like whisker mustaches." Or
She's
little
got
whisker
one
mustache,
mole
yeah.
with a whisker.
Yep, and then she
The mole
cackles.
has a beard.
So
Tiny
everybody
beard.
within 60 feet that can see and hear her. So Victor,
So where
that's
is
going to
she? Did
include
she
you.
appear?
Yeah, she's going to appear right next to Seredan.
Right back.
Yep. Needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, babies.
Use your bless.
I'm trying babies again.
Me too.
20. Natural 20.
29.
Okay.
28.
28.
Yeah, so that's 28 plus whatever.
21.
21?
15?
15.
Oh,
Plus 5.
32.
33. So
oh
Vic,
26.
26.
Am
Are
I, so
you-
I am.
You're
Oh,
not
wait.
within 10.
I'm not
No.
within 10 feet. Never mind.
And to get benefit from her plus 5, I'm out of range, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta do
10
10 feet. I just did the same.
Yeah.
So both Ezra and Victor fail,
Wow.
and you are both stunned and racked with intense pain.
I am seeing the trend here. Ah!
Stunned?
Yeah, are you within 60?
Can your broom fly
Yep.
even though you're stunned?
Yeah, the broom acts on its own.
Okay.
It just takes the dodge action.
Like Harry Potter.
Yes.
Cursed.
Rogue bludger.
Did either of them take any damage at all? Or?
Nope, just stunned.
Okay.
Yep, just stunned for that. And then at the end of your turn, you can make a new saving throw.
Okay.
And the rest of you resist the effect, and you're now immune to the effect as well.
Guys,
for 24
I
hours.
still love that I made this decision, by the way. It's
I
good
do
for
too.
us. It's good for us.
It's been great. So Victor, it is your turn.
Cory's never got
Baba
to
Yaga's
play
got to be
Baba
worth
Yaga.
a lot of XP.
Is there a save at the end of this?
Assuming we
Yes,
can
so make me
actually
another
I just figured-
Constitution saving
The
throw.
dragon turtle is just not enough for the way we punch. So,
Right.
I'm using an epic dice because that's 12. So that's 6, 18.
18 is not enough. You're still
You
stunned.
keep pushing. You keep pushing. And that I'm gonna kill your character level keeps ratcheting up slowly.
Every time you guys win something, it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to throw 3 gods at you next time.
Maybe I have a
so that was
death wish, I
Ezra's
don't know.
turn, or not Ezra's, Victor's turn.
Yep.
It is the Dragon Turtle's turn.
That's okay. My first campaign with Cory, we killed all the gods in our from our realm.
Okay, the Dragon Turtle is going to take its turn and move 30 feet to the floating platform and slam into it. So I need everybody to make a strength saving throw, please.
If I'm stunned, do I just auto
Automatic
fail?
auto-fail.
I think it's auto-fail on
Yeah.
strength.
Okay.
For a stunned
Fail.
is auto-fail. Because you are considered incapacitated.
10.
Right. No,
Okay.
stand up.
Against the crowd.
23.
23 will be enough. You said 10? Not enough there. You failed automatically,
fail,
Bolt.
I recall having advantage on story.
And experience
stuff.
airborne.
I gotta find it real quick.
I think
Yeah.
when you're big, you have advantage on.
Yeah,
You do.
Yeah, it's your cloud thing.
And experience airborne.
It's
Giant's
your
Might.
Giant's Might. Yeah.
Is it saving throws as well?
Saving
Yep.
throws and
strength
ability checks.
strength checks, and saving throws. So I get advantage on strength.
Yep, and then you have Bless on it as well.
Be blessed.
Do I get plus
my son.
5 for being next to you?
Yeah,
I mean, I
Mhm.
rolled a crit, so
Yeah, you're good.
plus 3, plus 7, plus 5. Yeah.
So Eve and Bolt managed to hunker down. Seredan and Ezra
We both
are
just go
going
to
to
it.
move 15 feet towards me,
Wow.
as basically this thing rocks the platform and slides you guys down, and then you are both knocked prone.
Okay.
And then it is going to make a bite attack, a single bite attack against Bolt, who is there.
There's always a
Oh no, Eve, you're there. Hi. It's only a 15 to hit you. So, once again, you just like full on like use Victor's shield and your own shield to hold it off. Because stunning doesn't break concentration, right? I don't believe so.
Don't think so.
Because you're not considered unconscious or
It's not
anything.
incapacitated.
You are incapacitated.
Incapacitated breaks concentration.
Okay, so you no longer have.
Incapacitated
the
can't take actions or reactions.
And Bless is gone too. If she loses her
No,
concentration.
no, no. He lost it.
He
to
lost
a
it.
It's still
remove
only a
shield.
15 to
Yeah,
hit you,
No,
so
it's
you're
fine.
fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
And then Seredan, it's your turn.
Okay.
Did you do the attack?
Sarah's
Yeah, that was against her.
gonna stand up.
How did
Move.
you take damage or miss?
5, 10, 15. That's all of my movement.
Okay.
And attack.
The turtle?
Yeah. The
Turtle?
dragon turtle, yeah.
Dragon turtle.
Did it like hit and like part of it's up above the water now?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not gonna use Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Here.
You get advantage
This
on
guy
it.
is too hard to hit.
He has advantage already.
Okay.
Yeah.
For his hymnal.
Okay. Good thing.
Terminal.
That's a 23.
23 will hit.
So it's gonna be one of these, one of these.
I want to.
So that's
One of these.
A little bit of this. A little bit
13.
13 damage.
3 of its fire.
Okay.
Oh wait, plus 4 for Hexblade's Curse, so 17 total.
Okay.
Next attack is higher.
All right.
That's a 14.
14.
One of its fire.
That was with the +4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And butt action is going to be a 21.
21 will hit.
And that's just... Come on, baby dice, give me some good damage. 14. 2 of its fire.
Alrighty. Yeah, you just deliver a couple slashes. There looks like you're kind of wearing down the soft underbelly of this armored scale-like dragon turtle.
Okay.
He didn't come in with me. I forgot about him.
Maybe you left him up on the platform.
He was up eating
Yeah.
butterscotch.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Fiona's taking care of him.
Keeps pulling him out of
That's
the pouch.
what grandmas get to do, is they get to feed snacks
Sugar
to
him
the
up,
children.
shake him up, and then hand him back.
Eve, it is your turn.
Okay, I will attack with
The snake hole.
the Tempered
Go
Mercy.
ahead.
Are you attacking the dragon turtle?
Yes, with advantage, correct?
Yes.
19, but with
That
Hexblade's
crits.
crit. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
nice.
crit with Hexblade's curse. Okay, so I will smite.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Just pulls her arm
8.
back.
Okay.
So, what level are you smiting?
So
This is
we're gonna do
Like
it
Thor
biggie.
spinning the hammer and then
3rd level
Yeah.
spell?
third level.
Okay, so that's 4d8. Plus, how much damage does your weapon do?
2d8 2d8.
Total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's gonna be
Yeah, you calculate
40.
this. 40.
40 plus
40
you get
plus.
your roll dice.
Slash 5 plus 4, 9.
So
plus
49.
my 5.
Now roll your 48 for the smite.
Okay. Did
So
you add my 5 also?
54.
54.
Okay.
And then you
And
got
how many?
48 for the smite.
Oh, d8. Okay. So 4 plus
58.
6.
64.
And then you plus 4 for the hex blades
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
I
think you
didn't have
added
that
that
yet.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
So 68 damage.
68 damage.
Oh,
Kaboom.
almost nice.
Yeah. So this thing is like towering over you. It just tried to take a bite out of you, and you just temper mercy and just smash into it. The holy light of the trio kind of flares out, and you just knock this thing on its side into the water, and it has to like slowly pick itself up, and it goes, "Yield, I yield."
Sarah just looks over at you. She's like,
We all slowly turn to the Baba Yaga.
Yoganther, I did not want to hurt you. I tried to end this peacefully to begin with.
I appreciate the attempt. And the Baba Yaga goes, "That was good. That was impressive. All that holy power and stuff once you finally came out of your shell. Thank you, Yoganther. Your debt to me is paid. Would you like to be returned to your original habitat?" And he goes, "Please, I have some recovery to do."
"Wait, are there any more dragons, alive dragons, here in Aneria? Are you the last?"
There's a big swirl of water, and it just takes him away.
There are.
What?
And she goes, "Very well. I approve of you being the voice. It seems like you have the best interest of any creature that normally can't speak for itself or would be hunted in Hart. So
I'm
congratulations."
glad you see that. I
But do
appreciate
we
your approval.
approve of you being the leader of the Night Court?
I don't
Court of
I
Night.
think
Night
not.
Court is a TV show that I watch on Friday.
What's a TV show?
Oh, the Baba Yaga knows.
No, we ask her.
Yeah,
What's a TV show?
You'll find out later.
These are their
Okay.
stories.
Easy, I don't believe that's up to us.
And she starts stalking towards you, and she's like, "Would you like to try another shot at me,
I
young
get
man?"
up slowly and say, perhaps another time.
I
I'll
would
take a
welcome
rain
it.
check.
Now. And she claps her hands together a few
Picture
times.
in the background.
Chicken! The water starts slowly draining from the basin. Everything starts returning to normal. And she goes, "Congratulations on everything. If you don't mind, I think I've overstayed my welcome and I won't be around for the rest of the ritual. But you enjoy it, all right?"
Thank you.
And she's going to take out a little like mortar and pestle, and she's gonna toss out the pestle part, and it grows until it's about her size. And then she's gonna step into it and take the mortar and just go woof and push off and just start flying away, cackling wildly. And yeah, so everything returns back to normal. The trio gives you very approving nods. The Talon even has a little bit of a smirk, breaking her regal kind of constitution there. And she goes, "Impressive, Wayward Watch, and very impressive to you, Eve. You are very much the person that we hoped you would be in a situation like that."
Thank you. I could not have done it without my friends.
Well, we are glad that you have strong companions coming along with you. Now, if you wouldn't mind, we can finish the ritual rather quickly. I know this has gone longer than you probably anticipated. Oh, and she raises her hands and a big wave of healing comes around. Everybody can take a long rest.
Nice.
See, Ezra, it's good to be in the good graces of the gods.
I didn't say it wasn't. I don't know that the Baba Yaga is a god.
Demigod.
Depends on your definition of God, I suppose.
I mean, the three of us have a god, but you two need to find. Maybe you could be Baba Yagas.
No.
Baba Yaga's bitch.
She's gonna start coming to you in dreams and being like,
I said it
Or
was
just Baba's bitch. BBB. Triple B.
Does the claw have a name?
the claw.
Like a human name. A human.
Is it the claw or the fang? That was.
The claw is the one I announced, but the fang is kind of hot too, I guess.
No, technically they do not have human spoken names. They might, but I've never come up with them.
Then I will be the claw's concubine.
I accept.
The claw.
Oh snap! That sounds spicy.
Well, I
Probably
know
going
he
to
was
need
good
some
with
healing.
women,
She
but-
does get like the side eye from her sisters. And she's like, what?
This explains why I'll take a ranger dip later.
Dip is right.
This is just a dip.
Evosia,
Midsummer Night's Dream.
if you
mean
wouldn't
anything to
mind,
you.
before this devolves any further, please wash yourself in the baptismal font and take upon the mantle of voice.
Are we back in the glade
Okay.
at this point?
Yeah, basically the glade kind of shrunk back down and everything, and you're standing once again at the edge of the pool. You're in your armor now, but that's okay.
And the music that is playing is from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? As I went down in the,
The baptism.
river to pray, studying about. Yeah.
Yep.
She goes in, just all the way in.
Yeah, and full on submerge yourself in, and you come out and you feel this wave of. It isn't like power, but it is like comfort. Like this is.
Yeah.
It's definitely there's something underneath the surface that you might be able to tap into at a further date.
Evosia, we do not wash our pits in the pool of sacred tears.
I was thinking of that when she was going down.
And she goes, "Congratulations, Evosia, voice of the wild."
Yes.
And then she kind of waves her hand and she says, "Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to co-opt an item on you already." And the unicorn horn necklace starts shifting and morphing. Just kind of like the three little like, you know how it's kind of like spiraling?
Yes.
They kind of wrap around and become a new symbol of the trio as an amulet. So this is an amulet of the devoted. It is going to be the +2 version of it. So it gives you a +2 on spell attacks and saving throws. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I think it's got other properties if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it might allow you to reset your.
Should we all
or
go
to,
into
to
the
get another
font?
use of your channel divinity?
Last time,
Last
Yeah,
time I
you
went
get
in
to
the fauna,
use
I unicorn horn.
you get to
I
use
love
one
that.
your a channel divinity once per day for free. So if I remember.
Thank you.
And remember, your channel divinities can be
Amulet of the Devout.
you can use it to recover spent spell slots a couple times per day too. I think.
Yep, while you wear the same amulet, you can use your channel divinity feature without expending one of the feature's uses. Once this property is used, it can't be used until the next dawn. And then you get a +2 bonus on spell attack rolled and saving throws. And that's any spell attack and saving throws, not just your
Not
cleric
just
or paladin.
paladin
Yeah.
ones.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
But you do have to
Very
be
good.
a paladin to attune.
Nice.
And then the trio kind of nods to one another and they say, that is the conclusion of today's events, I suppose. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope that your journeys are safe and that your future trials will be successful.
Thank you. It was lovely to meet you.
It was wonderful to meet you as well.
Thanks.
By the way, we love this.
Sarah gets beet red, and she's just kind of like digging a toe into the ground.
And then the trio kind of starts just like moving away. You see them kind of take on their more animalistic forms. The snow, was it a snowy owl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the snowy owl for the Talon, a python for the Fang, and then the claw gives Ezra a wink, and then turns to both of them and she says, "A year and a day," and then she turns into a panther and stalks off.
or sooner in your case.
Probably. Well, my dealings with gods has been eventful.
You tried to kill one, you're going to have sex with another.
No, we're just going to talk.
Sure.
I'll show her how to knife dance.
Is know how to knife dance too? When did this happen?
Is there a
Tell you when you get older.
jeweler in town by chance?
Probably like simple jewelry.
Probably. Simple jewelry.
Mm.
Yes, there is.
I'd like to maybe buy something before we go.
All right.
Is it
Where's
tiny
Fiona?
bits?
Is Fiona around? still?
Fiona's still talking with the stag now that things have included. They're
Is it a promise ring?
It would be a ring if I can find it.
yeah, you guys can start heading back. Fiona kind of stops you and says, I'll be a little bit. I'll be back later. I just have to catch up with. I have a lot to apologize for. So.
And Sarah would pull.
Congratulations.
She'd pull Fiona aside and be like, "Thanks for the nudge last night. I needed it."
I'm glad it all worked out.
Me too.
Yeah, but you guys can head back. The village is in full swing at this point. Everything's pretty much normal. Kes and Hug are kind of... Well, Kes is at the airship kind of looking over, and Hug is still, like, in the middle of town, like, helping people. Like, they're like, hey, can you come help move some boxes? Like, sure, why not? And I'll head on over.
Kes, you will not believe it. We saw a dragon. They are real.
What? Yeah,
It was a turtle, but...
Kes, no dragon is real.
There's more than just the one on your boat.
Interesting.
Tell
me everything.
Dragon.
His name was Yoganda. He was big
Brenner.
and
That was his
mean
name.
and powerful, and we beat him gently, and then he left.
We beat him gently. It's like a little S&M.
I mean, what he's trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is we didn't kill it because
We didn't do anything, and
danger.
Eve knocked its block off with one just.
But we don't want to kill a dragon because, obviously,
Of course. Yes, we want to kill a dragon. No.
We just want to take his treasures.
But we don't know if dragon turtles have treasures like regular dragons.
Roll me a history check.
I bet they do. It's a dragon, isn't it?
That is a 15.
Yeah, you do know, actually. Inexplicably, you know that dragon turtles,
100 years.
they sink ships, and they will drag their treasures down into a hoard.
But I do recall reading something about dragging ships into a lair of
So
sorts.
we've got someone who doesn't have to breathe here.
I've heard that they sing. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
No. These things are shiny.
Yeah,
It's underwater.
Right. That's much more fitting.
I read that they call eating utensils dingle hoppers. So
And a pipe is snarf flat.
Yeah, so I'd like to, if so what I'm looking for is a little fancy. I'm not sure if they would have it here, but I'd go into whatever jeweler shop there would be, and
It's more of just like somebody directs you to the guy who does jewelry as a
does
hobby,
jewelry.
right?
I don't suppose, what was his name?
We'll call him
Gunther.
Garian.
Gunther. Yeah,
Gunther Garian.
Gunther Garian.
Hi, Gunther. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Great, thank you. Well met.
He sounds like such a nerd.
He's a jeweler. What do you want from me?
He's like in his garden as you walk up. You're like, I need something from
Yeah,
you.
he's definitely like farming right now.
I'm wondering if you have, if you happen to have on you anything with diamonds.
Diamonds. You want something with a diamond?
Preferably one that was. This is meta game, so that's not what Sari would say, but looking specifically for something worth 300 gold of diamonds.
All right.
2 of them, if preferable, in the shape of a ring.
Okay. Well,
It's a diamond with a hole cut in it. You just put it
that's a tall order for. I mean, our quarry doesn't really produce too many diamonds. They'd be rather expensive.
Right.
Not in the way you're looking. 300, like an inflated 300 gold because of the price, might just be like 100 gold elsewhere. But I can see what I have if you got a few moments to wait around.
Supply?
We don't have any diamonds,
Oh, we
do
had
we?
jewels somewhere.
We have art
I think
objects
we-
from the last
I
one.
think we might have
No, wait, no,
sold
that's
off.
right. That's the little hopes.
Yeah. If we had gems as soon as we were back in Terabon,
Yeah.
we would have sold them all.
If you don't, then I can just wait until we get to a different town.
Oh, let me check for you. Just a moment here. And he kind of goes rummaging through a couple boxes that he just has that are just kind of like you know those little tiny like drawers that you pull out, like a jewelry
An
case.
apothecary.
Yeah.
cabinet.
And he's just like,
I want one.
I see. No, those are far too small. I mean, those now that won't work. No, I'm sorry. I don't have any diamonds of that size. I do have plenty of rings.
I could take. In fact, I would I think I would prefer, rather than a solitary diamond, maybe something that was sort of encased around the ring, sort of set in, even if they're small.
Right. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see what I can find for you.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and roll a walker check, is what we like to call these. He comes back and he goes, "This is very strange, but I do actually have something that fits that perfectly." Here, and he holds up a set of rings that have like a diamond setting, not the singular diamond, but enough that probably fits your
Luckily,
need for what
yesterday, a gentleman by the name of
Ari
Cory came in to
That's it.
So sad.
I was thinking about that.
I just happened to purchase these back from.
you get him, you're like, I recognize this ring.
Oh, you don't know how that conversation went between Eve and Ari. It was already heartbreaking.
What type of band do you want it to be? Is it a gold band or an iron band or copper?
I don't know. What would Eve want? What would?
That would be a question that you would have to ask Eve.
I know, but I kind of wanted to surprise her.
What's your armor
Go
like?
close.
I'm gonna
Smash
make.
the armor
I'm gonna.
piece.
Well, never mind.
It's all
I'm not gonna
silvery.
leave that to the dice.
Because you don't want to put golden.
I'll
silver.
say the pendant that she just got from the trio, the new what metal
It's
was
golden
that?
because
It's
it's unicorn horn. It's made out of
Right,
unicorn.
okay,
horns.
then I'll do gold.
Okay.
Thank you for the offering of the unicorn horn that no one wanted. Everyone discarded it.
It was gross. It was my.
It was gross.
It was my head toenail.
Yeah, so they are. It is a band of
That's
gold
scary
with
to
some
know.
diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I'll pay him 600 gold.
So you like present the gold, and he's like, "We don't really have use for the money around here. It's usually a barter system."
Okay, what could I offer you in trade?
What do you have?
Gold, platinum,
Hug has a bunch of furs.
furs.
Furs? Like what type of furs? How much fur?
Quite a bit of fur, actually.
Hug's the most rich man in this town because of how many furs.
I have a peppermint. I have. Goodness. Right. I don't know if I have anything that. Well, how are you with magic items?
I
promise. If I promise not to tell anyone.
No, thank you at all.
Okay.
Please.
And
That's-
Just checking.
I assume
Not
this is
something I
all.
want around.
This is done in.
Yeah, this is
So,
in private.
yeah.
So.
How many
I've got
furs
some,
would you need in exchange for these?
I have
rings?
2 hand crossbows that I don't ever use.
So again, this is private, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able
That's
to.
why
go
I was
to
gonna
it.
say. I don't.
I
have much stock in
suppose,
it.
say like a good solid 50 furs might be a good trade.
What does Hug have that many?
Oh, Hug has like 100 furs.
Okay, then I'm gonna go
it's
to
a good
Hug.
half of his pile. But
I'm gonna go to Hug and be like, Hug.
Seredan,
How are you?
Good.
It's so good to see you. I need a big favor.
I am a big man.
So I don't know if you know this, but Evie and I have recently, become a couple. as it were.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're
And
constipated.
I'm wanting to
You
celebrate
didn't
the
say
occasion
a couple of what?
with
opportunity.
with some rings. I want to get a present for her.
Oh.
But the man that I'm talking to apparently does not want my gold. He only wants furs. And I was wondering if I could buy some furs off you, or perhaps borrow some, and then I could get you some more later when we come to a town that has furs for sale.
Just a moment. And he walks off over to the airship, and you see him talking with Kes a little bit. And then he just kind of like shrugs and reaches up and he just grabs a big fistful of furs, and he comes over and he says, "I can carry these for you."
Oh, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Come with me.
Right. And he takes you and he picks you up and puts you on the furs and says, "Where to?"
That little hut right over there.
Right.
There's a sort of scrawny man standing outside, looking nervous.
He does look nervous. So you'll walk back over, and Hug will set you down as soon as you get there, and then gently set the furs down. And the man goes, "Oh, is this is this all 50 then?"
50 furs. I didn't count them. I'll count them really quick.
Yeah. There's about 50 there. You can take a couple and drape back over your arm.
Okay.
And he goes, great, here you are.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Happy to help.
Okay. So then, Sarah would just... I don't know if I can flavor this. I want to... So, I mean, mechanically speaking, these are to be used for the Revivify spell, right? They're the component.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need diamonds worth 300 gold, but I wanted it to be, I don't know, something else also. And I want to, just kind of infuse them somehow with, like, I don't know, whatever magic is sort of within her now as part of the choir or whatever.
Okay.
Just to sort of give them, like, a magical... doesn't actually do anything in game, but just like that is infused with the essence of magic, I suppose.
Yeah, no specific effect that you're going for. You just want them to be magically infused.
Right.
That's fine.
And then I would approach Eve and say, "All right, Evie, I have a present for you."
I love presents.
Is this within earshot of us? Because if it is, I'm going to elbow Ezra and be like...
Yeah.
I don't know. We can be wherever, like on the ship.
Yeah, you guys are trying to move to the airship,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I say, close your eyes. Close your hand.
Oh boy.
Are you going to spit in my hand?
No, I'm not going to spit in your hand.
Ezra did that to me once. It was very cruel.
I think that was the other me.
I am not cruel like Ezra.
Can't always blame
We're
it
going to
on
blame
other
everything
people.
on Ezra now. I distinctly remember.
It's a great plan.
Yeah.
And she'll actually just slip the ring like on her finger.
Oh.
Which finger?
I mean, I don't know what
Whichever one
tradition
fits
in
you.
Aneria would be
Yeah.
for like, but you know, that one.
If it's like a marriage proposal type
Yes.
ring, then it would probably be the same figure. I'm not gonna make a
that's what
different
I'll do.
culture for that kind of stuff.
And I'll say,
It's on the pinky, and then you change it after 3 months.
The pinky toe.
Yeah.
and I'll just say now. I bought us a matching set. Well, technically, Hug bought us a matching set, so we can thank him, I suppose. But I've infused these with a little bit of the essence of the choir that should allow us, should one of us fall in battle, to be able to bring the other one back with this ring. And it also is pretty, and maybe it has some sentimental value.
I love it. Till death do us not part.
Denied. Because Eve actually has the Revivify spell as well.
Yep.
At this level, so we both took Revivify actually.
It's gonna be really weird when one of you guys has to use it on one of these.
I know. I'll be like, I
Like,
was saving this, but
I have to use it.
right.
I love it.
That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And where's yours?
Oh, it's here. And she'll put it
Next
on.
to the communication.
Yeah, wait. She'll be like, She'll take the communication ring off, put it on that finger, and stick the diamonds on that one on the left.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank
He's
you.
wiping with the furs.
He's actually currently pulling all the furs off of the ship and setting them on the ground. He goes, everyone, I've made a decision. I am going to stay here.
It's a
You
perfect
are.
place for you. You
It's
fit right in.
everyone seems really happy here, and Hug wants to be happy, and I can take care of your parents.
Were you not happy?
No, and he looks over at Cascas and they kind of give each other that sidelong look, and he goes, but Hug needs room to grow.
Let's get a little cramped on a ship for an ogre. Well, can I pay you for the furs?
No, it is my gift to you.
Thank you. You're kind.
I can always make more furs.
She. And Sarah would give him
Can
a
I
hug.
have those hand crossbows?
a hug or hug his leg, I
Well,
suppose.
he has the chakra thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he will definitely like scoop you guys up into a big hug, and they'll go, "Oh, come here!" and they'll just scoop everybody up into a big hug, and nearly crush you all.
hug. Too tight. Too tight.
Sorry.
I will
You
take
got this. You have to
Oh yeah.
practice. Saw.
Sorry,
Saw.
I will work on this.
Gentle.
But thank you. You've given me a lot of good friendship, and I hope to see you again soon.
I'm sure we will.
You take care of those children. Make sure that they are unharmed.
I will. No harm will.
Particularly by your hugs.
Before the
I
end
know-
of days, I'm
So-
sure we'll call upon you again.
It'll probably be hard to find a house initially, but here, take this with you.
And I'm gonna rip off one of the patches off the useful quote and say, just go put this on the ground somewhere, and you'll have a temporary home for a bit.
Which patch is this?
It's a pit.
A pit.
10-foot pit.
Okay. I was just gonna take that stinky burrow outside of town, but this works better.
Just hang on to it in case, it might be a little cleaner, easier than that stinky
Right.
death hole.
I know you like stinky things, but
It's true.
the other people might not like this.
I will wash. And he looks right over at like the very clear
Shudder,
pool in the middle of town.
So gross.
And then like he looks over at Kes, and Kes has his like goggles on his face, and they're all kind of like fogged up, and he goes, Kes will miss you too. Kes says yes. And then he's just gonna like go off into the cabin and close the door, prepping the ship for flight.
I will take over Hug's jobs, like
Okay.
picking up the ropes and that kind of stuff.
And so as he like starts scooping the furs into and trying not to like put the patch on the ground, like trying to like scoop with one hand to keep the patch on the finger. The
whatever he said.
Darian and Fiona's back, and Ari and Tyrion all come up. Basically half the town comes over, and Fiona gives you a big hug and says, "We will miss you.
I will miss you too.
Thank you for bringing a little light back to our village."
Well, you have a lot of work ahead of you, I'm afraid.
Yeah, things are going to be difficult for a time.
But if anyone can make a change here, it's you.
I would say it's you, but you've got changes to make elsewhere.
I do indeed.
And she'll kind of step to the side, and Darian will come up, and he'll be like, sorry. And he just gives you a hug. Like,
Thank you, Father.
please be safe out there.
I will, and I think that the change begins with the Council of Elders.
We're working on that. And he glances over at Tyrion, and Tyrion smiles and says, like, guess who gets to be number 5?
No!
It's a little early, and everybody else, usually you have to be a lot older, but, maybe they need some new blood in there.
Yes, they do. You're the perfect one for it.
Thanks. And he just does that, like, punch on the armor thing. And dang it. I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, Tyrion,
and then-
she punched the dragon turtle out cold. You shouldn't be punching her.
Want to have a wrestling match?
No, not anymore. Never again.
Okay.
And Darian actually, like, will move off to the side, and he'll look at you, and he'll be like, you take care of her.
Dad.
Hold
You're
on.
embarrassing me.
I don't need magic.
There's no place you can. There's no
I'm
place
I'm going to
Does he
okay.
cock his blunderbuss?
I'm just going to cock an eyebrow, and I'm going to use the message spell to send this just so that he's the only one that can hear it.
I'm sorry, who said this?
Darian,
Okay.
And I'll say
the rabbit.
and I'll say
Wait a second.
I'll say I'll take better care of her than you took care of your wife.
Oh, snap.
You see, like, there's this pallor that kind of crosses over his face after that, and he just kind of turns on his heel and just kind of starts walking away. A little dejectedly, like, oh man, okay. Alrighty.
Not sure what just happened.
Well, I love, but if it gets us killed, I will personally kill both of you in hell when we're already
Says
dead.
the
Twice.
man
Double
who just
kill.
fired an arrow at a god.
It's pretty cool.
That's just Tuesday.
Me, I mean.
Demigod.
See, he makes an enemy with one and then a lover of another.
Balance in all things.
Obviously.
You should be the
You should
wielder
know
of the
more than
choir.
anyone.
No, not a fan of balance. Sorry, Craggy.
And then Ari walks up and he'll extend a hand and say, "It was good to see you again.
It was good to see you.
I'll make sure to take care of things around here, like I said."
I know you will. And I hope you can find happiness and true love.
We'll see.
Take care of little Evie.
Of course. Yeah. Evie? Yeah. There she is. By the way, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Evie, I have one last gift for you, if it's okay with Seredan, because she gave this to me originally.
The ring.
The ring.
Not the baby.
Ta-da! I'd like to give you my owlbear snuggle beast.
And she looks at she looks at Ari, and Ari's like, "Yeah, is this one quiet?"
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
And
Unless you do this. Squeeze. Screams.
Hoot, growl.
Hoot growl.
If you ever find someone who is hurt or needs some cheering up, have them snuggle with this, and it will make them feel all better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she touches it, and she tosses it into the air just to test it, and then catches it all right. But she does hold it close and snuggle it, and then she runs up and hugs your leg.
I miss you. I'll miss all of you.
Miss you too. And they all kind of there's plenty of people here, a lot of friends and everything that are waving, and they say some quick goodbyes. But
Is the old lady here?
No.
Oh.
Nope. The old lady's not here. Tia isn't here. Little Tia is here, and her mother, just to say goodbye. So
You missed your chance at romance with that one.
I'm going to track her down and say goodbye.
Greener pastures. Really green.
And then after all the goodbyes are said, you board the airship. Kes gets it started. Everybody starts waving. Hug is giving the biggest wave that he can. One arm still full of the rest of his furs. Goodbye, goodbye, don't die.
Should we give him a firework show send-off?
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Go Hart.
Again, it goes from, oh my gosh, we're we're fine. And then the greatest treasure starts taking off back through the liquid forest, basically back the way you came. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. Inspiration to everybody tonight. That was absolutely wonderful. If you didn't use it, sorry. But you guys were all great. And 3,600 experience for the Dragon Turtle fight. I'm not giving you the Baba Yaga experience for that. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Once again, thank you to Syrinscape for providing the sound effects that you heard tonight. They're absolutely wonderful. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join our Discord. It's really fun. Become part of the Vanguard. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.